I never had a friend like my dog or my vacuum sealer. You feel me? There wasn't one time my vacuum sealer then turned his back on me. You feel me? In this life, like, you gotta live for something, but at the same time, like, are you really living? If you're living by everybody else's time, or by everybody else's expectations, by everybody else's... When God made Colombia and he made, like, that whole land, you know, of Colombia, Venezuela, all these places, like, but Colombia, he made it so beautiful. It was such an oasis, right? That he had to balance out all that beauty and then all that, like, love and everything with evil. So he had to let just the same amount of evil in. And I'm not talking about the drug trade or none of that.
Specifically?
Like, you know, my country's hurting right now, you know what I'm saying? And it's something it's very close to my heart, and it hurts my heart.
The most important thing, honestly, without, like, on this whole journey is, one, having a close relationship to God. I think that's very important. And being around people that love you, and just, you know, being around family, people that can tell you the truth.
My mother's family, like, she personally knew Griselda Blanco, like, as a child, you know, and she looked up to that lady. I had that, but I had it with music, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, once you went step on that mic, step on that stage, boy, I shine harder than Tom Brady, you know what I'm saying?
Sliding in the studio, know my album coming soon. Until we get this rap money, trap gon' have to boom. These bricks and these keys and these zips is what we'll do. If you need some fire, I can see you off the Jones.
Welcome back, folks, to another day, another podcast, another week that you hear us speak. But this time we got some special guests on the Heir Cast. We got Boobie Lootaveli in the building with Con. You already know what time it is, man. You already know what time we on. This is about to be a movie with Boobie and Con. This is crazy.
Big boo-up.
The biggest. Yo, here on the Heir Cast, we start with the important questions because the fans, the people, the streets, the industry, the Air Force, everybody wants to know, Boobie, what are some tips for wrestling a shark barehanded?
Okay, so I'm gonna have to take the shades off the rip. Hold these on for me, Twizzy. So, all right. So the first thing you're gonna want to do. Now, the only I only know how to do it if you are already halfway dead in drowning waters. I don't know how to do it if you're on a boat or if you have any kind of weapon. The only way that I know how to you know, will a shark into submission, right, is you know, as you are almost dying, basically.
The shark dying, not you.
No, well, you know, when you're on the water, you know, because I was left for dead, so I'm on the water, right?
No way.
Know, and I need something to step on, right? If I'm gonna fuck this shark up, right? Now, mind you, it was a shark big enough to the point where the fin went kind of like this, and I could kind of like somersault off of him, right? Somersault.
You could do a somersault?
Yeah, I can. I learned that back in 2008, but that's another story. But anyway, like somersault off of the shark, right?
Okay.
And then that's when you grab them by the neck, and then what they don't teach you this in school, right? What you do is you grab these two fingers, and you like really like poke the fuck out of his nose, you know what I mean? But if you can't get to his nose, you punch the fuck out of his eye. So you hit him with you gotta hit him with it's all about elbow. It's all about elbow density. You know what I mean? You hit him with the elbow right in the eye, and the shark automatically lets go. But see, you're in the middle of the sea, so what you're gonna want to do is you need to use this shark to get to safety, to get to land, right? So what I did. Use the shark.
You won with the shark.
I submitted the shark. After you submit them
sort
into
of
your
like an avatar, like where you just like sort of like
exactly,
connect.
Holy
exactly.
shit!
Like
Avatar.
Yes, exactly.
I get it.
Kind of like Avatar, but except like you gotta beat the fuck out of the shit in order for it to submit.
An abusive version of
an abusive version. You know what I mean? But we're talking about sharks, people.
So you gotta be a little more aggressive with the shark compared to.
So after that, right? Then there's a special way to hold on to the wing. To the what's the shit called? The fin.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? For him to go back to the water, to take you back to shore. And then once you get back close enough to the shore, that's when you got to kind of jump on top of the shit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like you're riding,
pause.
like
no diddy.
Pause, no diddy. You know what I'm saying? Like a surfer, you know, like you're surfing the wave. You know what I mean? And then you kind of like just kick the fuck out of its head and just boom, and then you're in the shore. That's what I did. So, you know, I can't tell you. I can't speak for other people. I'm just speaking about my abilities and the way that I was able to do that. So if you're asking the question of how to, you know, I completely dominated a shark is basically what I just said.
Con, have you ever had to shoot the fade with any aquamarine mammals or animals?
There's been a time where I was crossing the Atlantic Ocean, and I came across a whale.
What the fuck?
We do a lot of boating. We do a lot of boating sometimes in the late summers.
So I came across a whale, but you know what I'm saying? It wasn't necessarily like a situation where I was like in danger. He saw me and he felt threatened, so he just automatically went the opposite way.
Well, facts. I've heard it. I saw this documentary, Blackfish, about all the fucked up shit they do to the whales in like SeaWorld and all that shit.
Yeah, it's fucked up. Even out here in Miami's Aquarium.
But I was gonna say, in that documentary,
Rest in
they
peace,
just
Lolita, man.
for real.
Free
Damn,
Lolita.
Damn,
Free Lolita. Oh, nah, she passed away.
Bro,
Yeah.
as they was gonna free Lolita.
Yeah, they
Bro,
probably
she
poisoned
died,
her.
bro.
They probably.
Yeah, free all the boys locked up though.
I wouldn't be surprised if they poisoned her or
Hey,
some
man,
shit.
rest in peace, Lolita, man. Miss
Real
you,
shit.
baby.
Yeah, for real. Free Lolita. No, rest in peace,
man.
Lolita.
Fuck Miami's Aquarium. You know what I'm saying? If you Miami, you know what I'm talking about, man.
Real G shit.
Rest in
Facts.
peace,
Fuck
Lolita,
Miami's
baby.
Aquarium.
Thank
Say,
God.
fuck Miami's Aquarium.
That's
Man,
glad
stay
y'all
open.
on that.
Tell them I
That shit
said
hasn't
it.
closed
Big
down
Watt.
yet.
Big Watt standing on it.
For real. Any petitions we gotta sign, let us know. The Heir Cast and Big
Facts.
Wop co-sign it.
Facts.
But yeah, no, whales there's no recorded death of a human by a whale in public. They always go the other way. But in SeaWorld and shit like that, there's mad recorded
Yeah,
deaths.
because they're
of that.
pissed. They're fucking going
Facts.
crazy in there. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So what's the morning routine like? You do 1,000 push-ups?
So currently I'm not even gonna cut. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep that shit a stack. You know what I mean? I'm currently not doing 1,000 push-ups. And it's not because I can't, right? It's because the regimen that I'm following right now, it requires a lot from my legs. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doing a lot of cross training workouts where I am doing a lot of long distance runs and, you know, just a lot of jogging.
How many miles do you consider a long distance run?
I'd say, you know, anywhere
doing
between
like 20?
27 to 32 miles, around there.
Yeah.
David Goggins, who, my G? Big Wop in the
Boobie
fucking
Goggins.
building.
I don't
Boobie
know.
Goggins.
You feel me?
David Goggins. Who's
The
that?
fuck?
Honestly, you should be training Izzy instead of him.
Hey, man.
So
Nah,
what-
who is that? Who is Izzy?
So straight running? Are
The
you
fighter,
stretching?
the
You
fighter.
stretch before you run and shit?
Yes, absolutely.
Gotta
Absolutely.
stretch?
Got to stretch. 30 minutes of stretching, at least. At the very least. You know what I'm saying? There was a situation where, you know, Con was he's gifted at basketball. You know, he used to train certain basketball players. We're not going to speak no names because he had to sign NDAs. But, you know, like my dog tore his ACL actually like 2 years ago playing ball. And it wasn't even dunking and shit or doing, because he could dunk and go crazy. But it was him just making a move where he didn't stretch that day. And, you know, and that happened. And you know, it was unfortunate. But yeah, man, 30 minutes. Make sure before you do any physical exercise, man. Big walk, 30 minutes, stretch.
Big facts. Okay. And so what's up? Any Con, any tips for morning routines for you? What's your morning routine like?
Oh, we
Morning
were talking about morning
routines.
routine. That's right.
First I wake up in the morning. I get a little bit of coffee and go straight to the gym. I try to do at least like 30 minutes of the sauna every day.
Coffee before brushing your teeth or after?
I brush my teeth first, and I have like a little water. I chill. I make my coffee, and then I put on like a podcast or something like that. And then I just honestly just straight to I go to the gym. I work out for like an hour or two. I go in the sauna, 30 minutes, and then start my day. I feel like I need that to start my day, like the sauna especially.
You sauna before working out or after?
No, I work out and then I go in the sauna for like 30
Facts.
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bad.
Bro, honestly.
You want to touch on the morning routine?
So my morning routine, it varies. If I'm home.
Also fitness shit. Let's get the Big Wop fitness morning routine.
So you know when I'm home, I'm here in Miami. I wake up. I like to wake up and get my day started as early as I can. You know, depending on when the night before ended. You know what I'm saying? Whether I was at a studio session or whatever. But,
it's gonna vary, especially.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I like to get at least 6 hours of sleep. You know, if I can, 6 hours, right? After those 6 hours, Usually, if I can wake up and be up by 8, 9 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm up at 9 in the morning. Once I get up and I hop out of bed, you know what I'm saying? I start just off the rip, 350 push-ups. You know what I'm saying? 350 push-ups. I real quick. Take me.
How do you do the push-ups? Do you just go as much as you can, stop when you can, go? Are you doing intervals? Are you doing sets?
So the way I do it, I've been taking it easy on myself. So I've been doing sets of 100.
I like that. Okay, yeah,
I do 100 and then
keep it G, keep it in stock.
Then I'll stop and I'll do and then I'll go back into it. After I do the 350, then I do my 30 minutes of stretching. You know what I'm saying? After I get that in, you know what I mean. Usually, it's like mango season right now over here in Miami, you know. So like, there's this crib that's kind of like by my crib type shit a little bit. So when I go on my morning troll, you know, on my morning jog, you know what I'm saying. Like I go to this fucking crib and like the mango tree is so big that some of them are poking out the fence. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So I always bring a Publix bag.
You're one of the mango thieves.
Yeah. Facts. So I bring like one or two motherfucking Publix.
Have you ever been caught?
Bags. No.
They ever catch you just like trying to take a mango?
Never. So I hop on the fence.
What would you do if you got caught?
I hop on the fence and then I just take the mangoes. You know what I'm saying? And then I use them as exercise for my walk sometimes. You know what I mean?
Oh hell yeah!
Some pesados, weón.
Wow.
Them bitches.
No,
heavy.
but you're stacking up. You're getting a lot of mangoes.
So if it's two of them, and I'm stacking up, you know, that's at least 10, 15 pounds on each hand. And mind you, we're talking 26 miles.
So it's like an accelerated cardio.
It's the whole version of what you said is called. It's an accelerarium, arcadium.
Yep, exactly.
Rhythm.
And that's the thing about Boobie. He gets very creative. You know, like not just with music.
Yeah, but in life.
I guarantee anybody listening to this did not expect this episode to be so scientific in the first 10, 15 minutes of this.
I mean, it's really just some free game.
It's
free game.
It's free game
it's
we
just
giving y'all
game.
right now. You know what I'm saying? So when I make it home, man, after that, after my jog, you know, hop in the shower real quick.
At what point do you get your day started? I'm just curious.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The day hasn't even started yet. You know what I'm saying?
It feels like you've done so much. Like you've just conquered so much.
That right there is already just me, like kind of like waking up. So then I come home, take a shower, and then I call Con. I'm like, yo, what we got going on today? You know what I'm saying? And then I call my manager, yo, what we got going on today? You know what I'm saying? That, blah, 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 blah. We got a studio session. We got to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? Take care of business. You know, after that, you know what I'm saying? Then I make myself a little something to eat. You know what I mean? You gotta eat.
Fire.
You gotta eat.
Yeah. What's breakfast look like for Boobie? What's a typical breakfast on average at the crib? Tranquilo, not on tour.
Typical at the crib.
Got a late night after the studio. Maybe drank, maybe didn't drink. Whatever the fuck the case is, whatever you feel me. But didn't go too crazy.
Right.
But you put in work.
My go-to 100%.
What's the morning look like?
Is Frosted Flakes with a whole banana. You know, cut the banana in that bitch.
Into the cereal.
Ooh, okay. You never done that? That's crazy. I love it.
It's not my bag, but
I love it.
It's not my bag, baby.
I love it because you get both things in. You eat the banana and you eat your little cereal. You know, no diddy. Pause. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, you know, I make myself some eggs. You know, about six to seven eggs.
How do you make them typically?
Usually I just
puts them in a cup.
Sometimes
He's like Rocky.
Straight up.
I've had to do that.
Motherfuckers just training for like the World Olympics right now. Like
but we was running late one time, and I didn't have to cook the eggs, and then this man's like, bro, what are you gonna do? And I'm like, fucking 5 eggs. And then he's
survival
like,
mode. You feel me? Sometimes when you're on the road, you just gotta, you know what I'm saying, get to it.
Get to it.
Like we were running late for the airport and shit, and yeah, I did that one time.
Holy shit.
I usually just scramble them up. You know what I'm saying? I know how to make eggs very well, man. You know what I'm
some swole shit. You eat like a swole ass apple.
So you're like a chef as well too.
I wouldn't consider myself a chef because I don't generally dip a lot into the culinary arts. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But I definitely cook a mean breakfast. You know what I'm saying? If I got some bacon, shit, I'm throwing that bitch in there too. You know what I'm saying? But I don't discriminate. You know what I'm saying? You know, he has a nickname for me. He called me Lil Haram sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Lil Haram?
Lil Haram sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't necessarily because I eat bacon sometimes. You know, it's just because I be on fuck shit. I be on fuck shit sometimes. But anyway, you know. I fucks with the turkey bacon, but you know I'm all about the real bacon. You know what I'm saying? We got bacon. We got bacon. I'm throwing that real bacon.
Yeah, I know. That tastes ain't the same.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
What about you? What's your morning routine like?
Yeah, what
To be honest, man, I'm a lifelong fat kid. So the last few years, I've realized that the way I could enjoy the rest of my day eating is to kind of skip breakfast. I do breakfast on special days. I do breakfast on a fucking Mother's
I
Day.
really don't have breakfast.
On a day where my mom's like, yo, I smell the fucking the pancakes through the crib. You feel me? Like, oh wait a second, hold on, what's going on here? You feel me? Like Christmas. I swear to God, but it's special occasions. You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah, that's what's up.
So typically the first thing I'll eat nowadays is a fucking protein shake because I've realized to lose weight you gotta eat a lot of protein. As fucked up as it is, as ironic as it is. So I'll have a fucking protein shake because you get like 60 grams. I've learned that you gotta have as I weigh 200 pounds, so I gotta have 200 grams of protein a day, ideally, if I want to get right. You feel me?
That's my dog on his
he's on his
my
shit.
dog got his macros, his acros, and his angelites ready. You feel me?
Type
he knows,
shit.
He knows everything. Bro, you feel me?
Yeah, so I had somebody break that down to me, and I struggle with that. You feel me? Because for years I've been fasting. I've learned to only eat when I get hungry. So I would just burn, work, do as much as I can, and then eat. But the problem is I'd fucking munch the fuck out, and I'd probably eat a bunch of shit I wasn't supposed to be eating. So now I got the game where the truth is you gotta just spread it out and eat good shit. You gotta eat raw shit.
Yeah.
I fast a lot.
Yeah, one thing I've been doing is I've been fasting a lot too, man. I try to fast for like 17 hours.
Wow, 17. Okay.
I fast for like 2 days.
I haven't done a multi-day
2
fast.
days.
I haven't
do
done
2
that
days.
either.
And what were you doing in the fast? Just water?
Just water.
Okay, straight up, just water.
Straight up water.
No
And
coffee,
that's it.
no, I think
I don't
just
drink
water.
coffee. No, I've
Oh,
never,
you don't drink coffee?
I drink
Never-
coffee at all.
you've never liked
have,
it?
Never will.
Wow.
Never again.
Because you're Colombian, right?
Well, it's not even
Cuban
that,
coffee.
Like, you
Yeah.
know, Colombian
Nah,
coffee.
bro, I'm Colombian. I'll take the Cuban coffee
Oh, you're
too. Yeah.
Colombian too?
Yeah, I'm
This is-
Colombian. Yeah.
Shit, I'll take the Cuban coffee. Like I like you said, if we're eating one of those, you know,
Little coladas?
Christmas breakfasts
That it goes with
the
it, yeah.
family. You know, cafecito con leche. You know, it's lit. But I don't drink.
It's
coffee
not your
at
shit.
all,
Yeah,
at
it's
all,
not.
at
You
all.
don't need it to start your day.
I don't
like
need
me
it
and
to.
Con.
Yeah,
I'm on the
I
same
need
shit.
that shit, bro.
I don't need it for like
I
energy.
need that
like
shit.
my energy comes literally like.
I drink like two
from
two
shit.
cups of coffee a day,
Going crazy.
minimum.
I'm on the same shit. I've learned now to delay it though. I've learned now to not do it right when I wake up. To give it like an hour or two. The longer you delay it, the better it is. And
Yeah.
coffee's not necessarily bad for you. What's bad is the milk and all the fuck shit we add to it, the sugar. But
I usually just try to take it black with no sugar, nothing like that.
it's not bad for you. If you
I'm
delay
really
it.
just looking for the effect. It's not really about the taste for me.
100. Okay,
Yeah.
for sure. And then, what position did you play in football?
Oh damn! So how you know I play football? You're
You're Boobie. We were supposed to know.
So yeah, I played Pop Warner football and I played high school football up until my senior year.
Damn, all 4 years?
No, all 3 years, and then my senior year I didn't play because
Oh,
I
up
broke
until-
my shoulder. Yeah,
Damn, you broke your shoulder
I broke
playing?
my shoulder playing. Actually, like 2 days before practice, like halfway through the season, and that was it. Yeah, it was like a big like traumatizing thing.
In practice, you heard it. What?
In practice.
Doing
In
a specific drill?
So I used to play defense, and then I used to play in Pop Warner. I honestly I was like that fat kid that was like very fast, but I also, because I was a little fat kid, I had to play like 3 divisions ahead. So I played with the older kids because it went
Of your
by
size.
weight. It went
Because
by
of your
weight.
size, yes, yeah.
It wasn't even my size. It was the weight. So
Yeah, weight, right,
So
yeah.
like I weighed 150 when I was in 6th grade. And the 150s are literally all the 8th graders already that are going into high school. So since when I went into 6th grade, I was automatically already playing with the 8th graders. And there was a friend of mine that was in my class, like in my grade, that he was just so good at football that he was like the quarterback. Like, he was like the starting quarterback. His name was AJ Leggett. He didn't really go to the league or nothing, but I loved playing football growing up, and like I loved playing every position except fucking except like quarterback and shit. or like
Why?
O-line. I hated playing O-line.
O-line
like,
sucks.
You know,
Yeah,
I
O-line
hated that
sucks.
shit. You know what I'm saying? But the thing was that like I was fast enough for my feet.
Why
that
does
I,
O-line
played-
suck though?
I played the defense.
Do you want to say why O-line sucks? Because
Bro, O-line. Well, it doesn't suck. It's an essential role, but you're guarding the quarterback.
playing it sucks.
You're guarding the quarterback, and so you don't get the ball. You don't get to go make a play. Your whole job
Protecting, yeah.
is protecting the quarterback.
So there's
You know
no
what I mean?
there's no honor. So I only played with pads on one time my whole life. It was freshman year, and I kind of went through the same thing because in high school it's not by size, but in HML they didn't have no JV at the time, so they had all
with
the
the varsity. Everybody it was only
they had
varsity.
the freshmen play with the varsities. Whoever sucked couldn't play,
Damn,
and
that's
then
tight.
the ones that didn't suck, eventually a bunch of people just quit because they weren't getting no play time.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I had never played with pads on in my life. My whole time I was just playing in parks,
Yeah,
and I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Fuck it, there's a bunch of
Yeah,
fucking
you
black
didn't-
boys.
you didn't
I'm
know.
balling,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
all showing me love."
Nah,
and
yeah.
it was cool, man.
Yeah.
Bro, honestly, and I got kicked off the team off some fuck shit because I was showing off all the shit I learned in the park like the day before with my dogs, and I fucking pulled my hamstring.
God
And
Yeah.
I
There's
get
always
late to
something
practice
like
the
that,
next
yeah.
day, and the coach bitches at me because I don't have pads on, and then I say, "Nah, the doctor said I pulled my hamstring." They're like, "Well, how'd you pull your hamstring?" And I was like, "I pulled it running to practice." And he was like, "Bro, he made a mockery of me in front of the whole
No
team.
fucking
Embarrassing."
way.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, that experience changed my life. But I didn't have no role to play. Like I played every position, kind of like Boobie went. And
It wasn't Pop Warner, like, cause Pop Warner was so fun. Like Pop Warner was like, it's like kids shit, you know, and it's like
That's
it's
the most
like,
And
those- and
it's
those
not
ga-
like
those
really
games get
school,
packed.
School's not, and the games get packed, especially
Yeah.
when you like. I remember we played at the Orange Bowl before that shit got knocked down.
Wow.
When I was a
Orange
kid,
Bowl,
when I was a
yeah,
how old
kid,
are
yeah.
you, Boobie?
I'm 31.
Okay,
31,
wow,
yeah.
you're on me.
You know
That's
what I'm
crazy.
saying?
So you got the Orange Bowl right before
Yeah,
it
like
fucking closed down.
I was like, I think I was like 10 years old.
And you started 6th grade, you said?
So then no, I started playing third grade.
Third grade. So you've been playing for
No, for my whole life.
wow. So you really in that shit? Do you feel me?
No, I was
Oh
in
my
that shit.
God.
I was in that shit like dedicated. I grew up in South Miami, so you know, I played for the South Miami Grey Ghosts, and I also went to school in South Miami. So like after school, there was a little shuttle bus that would take us to this place called Mary Park. They changed the name of the park now, but it's like the community center, and then that's where we would practice as kids. And then as we grew up, we'd practice at the fucking middle school, and then you know, once high school came, then I went to Killian, and then I played football at Killian, and then
Shout out Killian. I know a lot of people.
shout out to
Killian.
the
Yeah, so
kid.
you played football at Pop Warner and at Killian?
Yeah. Well, in ninth grade, when went to ninth grade, we had moved to Kendall. Shout out K-Town. You feel me? And then we went to I went to Varela.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Isn't that,
So,
Verella's all boys school, right?
No. Varela's just a regular. It's just a
Yeah, it's a
regular,
regular high
it's just a
school.
regular
Okay,
high
it's
school.
regular, okay.
And then so I went to Varela like half of my ninth grade year, and then I played for the JV team in Varela, and then instead of playing for the varsity team in Varela, I went to Killian to go play with them, but I didn't start playing till the next season. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
But
you get reps in on J, you know, you on JV. And all that
when I
shit.
started
Yeah.
playing,
And you had your whole life.
the thing is
you've been
when I
playing.
started playing in Killian, I was playing defensive line. You know,
That must have been fun.
It was so fun.
Yeah.
It's the funnest.
And back on the line talk, because Con
what I'm saying?
asked why O-line isn't fun. And you're a purist. I understand now your answer because you're like, no, it's a good position. But to me, it's not fun.
It's an
because
important position, but it's
the,
not fun.
the important, arguably
the
most
the
important
most important
position.
besides
Yeah.
quarterback. But the issue is
It's not
nobody gives a
fun.
fuck.
Yeah.
Nobody can name an O-lineman besides the guy that made a movie after him. And the whole point is, it's a hard position, homie.
It's
Because
really hard. It's
especially
really
if you're
hard to
hiking
play.
the ball or if you're not hiking the ball. Because the second you hike the ball, you have to defend anything and everybody. Usually it's the D line. You got 5 versions of
So
Boobie.
there's I don't know shit about
Plus-
football.
So
Like, I
there's
just
an
play
O
ball.
lineman
So.
and the D lineman, right? The D line is trying to get through the O lineman to tackle the
Okay,
running
okay.
back.
The
or
O-line protects the quarterback because quarterback
Yeah,
says
the
hike,
O-line
and then you got
protects the
4 or
quarterback.
5 heads in front of him.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
O-line.
Yeah, that's
the
the
O-line has to
O-line.
protect all 11 other guys because
yeah,
it could be the
yeah,
cornerback,
yeah.
it could be the safety,
Anybody
it could be
can
the
run in,
D-line, it
anybody
could be the
can run in.
linebacker.
So they gotta keep their
at any
eyes
given
open.
time.
They gotta
At any
keep their
given
eyes
time.
open.
Yeah, so
Sometimes they do man
but they-
coverage.
but they got-
Sometimes.
But they got a huge role then.
No, they're
biggest.
I guess it's like they don't get recognized for it,
It's-
but at
no,
the end of the day,
And it's hard.
that's still a big role.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
But when if you make it to the league, like
So what makes a good like O line then? Like
that's what I'm, if you
Size and agility.
size
Boobie,
and
like,
being fast.
yeah,
It's
real
size
shit.
is being fast. If you're
Okay.
O line, if you got the size and you're
Fat and fast. Big, fat, and fast. Real
that's
shit.
it.
Word.
Real shit.
Okay, okay.
starter.
I played, but I
So,
played
but you
D-line.
gotta be tall for that, or like what?
Yeah, you gotta be tall to play O line.
No, but if
Yeah.
you're
gotta be tall.
if you're not fat enough, they'll make you D line. If you're tall, you feel me? Because you're better off chasing them down.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
you
yeah.
could be faster and go
Yeah, but
around the O
D-line,
line.
yeah, D-line, you could be shorter and shit because your whole job is to get to that motherfucking get to the quarterback.
And what
or to
about-
get to the running back? But what I was trying to say is that playing high school football was like the funnest thing ever. And then I was playing D lineman, and I was doing also really good in life in general. You feel me? Like I was still smoking weed and shit, but I wasn't doing no bad shit like I was before.
It's rewarding.
You know,
The
it's-
fact that
it's
you're
rewarding.
putting
It's
in that
rewarding.
work physically, it's rewarding as fuck.
And then, I went from that to I started playing fullback, which is not running back. So I wasn't.
Wow,
I was
you
still
played
getting reps.
fullback,
Yeah.
dude?
No,
That's so fucking
I
crazy.
played running back a little bit, like I told you in Pop Warner. You feel me? Like it was
Yeah.
fun. I played everything, fucking tight end, all that shit. So I started.
A lost art, by the way, in football nowadays.
yeah,
The
yeah.
fullback
Yeah,
position. A lot of people.
I started getting some reps at fullback, but I was doing a lot of blocking for the running back. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it was working. So I was
That's
playing.
typically what a
both.
fullback is doing.
Yeah,
you feel me?
yeah,
You're getting
yeah.
the reps. Sometimes
I
you
was-
get the
yeah,
you
yeah.
run in. You feel me?
And
For
I-
the tight
and I-
position.
and I was
tight
playing
ends.
both.
So that's
but-
why it's so easy for you to run like 20, 30 miles a day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna lie, I fell off for a long time, and then, I got fat afterwards, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm back on my bullshit, and now, I'm going crazy.
And now you're back to
you know?
30 miles a
but
day.
Back
I see
then,
you.
But back then, like living that life of playing sports and shit, going crazy, like, I was playing defense and offense, so I was like having fun because like I wouldn't get off the field.
You
feel
fucked
me?
my head up with this football
Nah,
talk. To
that's
be honest,
crazy
I
for
didn't
real.
expect
Yeah, I mean,
all
that
this
shit.
crazy football talk.
That's what's up, though.
Well, do you follow football nowadays?
I don't because to be honest, like bro,
Dolphins suck.
when I was in like 10th
Fucking-
grade, we played a game against North Miami Beach Senior High. I remember, bro. And the fucking O lineman, right, for the other team, right? It was this tall Haitian kid, right? He was like 6'5", right, skinny, and he was an O lineman, right? And I think he was also playing tight end, but bro, his hand was like this fucking big. And I asked him, "How old are you?" And he's like, "I'm a freshman." And I'm like, bro, like this is my competition. This is what I'm gonna go up against if I go to the next level to college. You feel me? And mind you, I'm not a small man, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6 foot with my Balenciagas on. You feel me, baby? Other than that, I'm 5'11" or whatever. Right now I'm pushing about a little 240. 245. I'm trying to get back down to like 220 or whatever, 200. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? Like 6 foot with the Balenciagas. But you know what I mean? But this kid's 6'5". He's like 14, 15. And his hand is like this fucking big, And he's playing O-line, and he's fast as shit, nigga. His motherfucking foot is like this fucking big. He's going crazy. I'm like, bro.
The fuck?
I'm not, And then, the running back is twice my size. And I'm like, okay.
They
man,
was fucking you up on the field though. Like,
no, what it made me realize was that you could be nice at something, but there has to be also God-given ability. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's why
yeah,
those
yeah.
guys in the league, in the NFL and in the NBA, they're fucking huge.
they just move different too. Like they just
And that's when we made it the
Like,
business
yeah.
decision.
And they move different too, but at the same time, they're fucking big guys. You know what I mean? The motherfuckers be out there going crazy. Them boys,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they
Like,
fast as fuck
shit,
too.
yeah.
They on that.
Yeah.
In sports, there's always gonna be.
I realized that shit in basketball too though. I was like, yo, you know what? Like I can't even really dunk like that. Like these people can't like that. There's people shorter than me just going crazy. I was like, this shit it makes no sense for me.
That's like that like God given like
Yeah.
like thing that like shit. I
I'm-
had
and
that
I'm
I
like-
had that, but I had it with music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like once you step on that mic, step on that stage, boy, I shine harder than Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying?
Talk to him. Great transition because that's what I was about to say. Like with music, fool. When I first started trying to write, my old boy told me, bro, just whoever you imagine on the beat, just try to emulate
Yeah.
them. So it's same thing with ball. You feel
Yep.
me? Just whoever you see
100%.
him doing it, try to do
And
that.
even with music, sometimes it's good to like rap like over like what people are, you know what I'm saying? Like your favorite artist, like whatever he's rapping, like try to emulate what he's saying because he's hitting pockets that you probably don't even know about.
Facts.
Until you start like rapping like him, you're like, oh shit, like this is like the pocket he's hitting, so maybe I could even take this and do my own thing with it.
That's why it's important to listen to different shit.
Yeah, 100%.
What type of different shit do y'all listen to outside of hip hop, outside of rap?
Bro,
Okay, some funny shit. So lately, like on the car ride over here, and like this past week, we've been listening to Karol G.
Really?
Because Con fell in love with Karol G.
Yo,
he's been
she's a
listening.
vibe.
Karol G, if you're listening,
but she
we know you
actually makes really good music.
Yo,
feel
she's
me?
dope, man.
Her
She's
shit's all
amazing.
English or Spanish?
No,
But you know what it
Spanish,
is too? Is
Spanish.
I gotta.
I know she got shit in English for
Yeah,
sure.
I haven't really heard.
I was thinking
English.
Becky G. Karol G. Yeah, Karol G.
Karol G,
Yeah.
the Colombian shorty.
Yeah.
But yeah, Con is like in love with her, bro. So yesterday when we were recording at the studio, like we work for 25 minutes and then we take 5 minutes break, and then 25 minutes and then 5 minutes break, because like that's how like it's like a mental thing. You know
It's
what I mean?
scientifically proven
Yeah.
that it's better to take
Yeah,
breaks and then
exactly.
you reset.
I don't know about every 25 minutes, but we might take a break.
We
you know?
try, you
Yeah.
know. But then, you know, the thing about that is that we'll chill for a little bit, and then like we always play some other shit, and then lately it's just been some fucking.
You know what it is too is that
Karol G,
I just been
Karol G.
tapping into like my roots, and she's Colombian.
You're both Colombian.
Yeah, so I just been like listening to her. Like I just think, you know, I like what she's doing.
You were born out there as well?
No, I was born out in Jersey.
Okay, for sure.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
your parents came over. Both sides are
Yeah,
Colombian?
yeah, they're both Colombian. Yeah,
Dope. What part of Colombia are you from?
Barranquilla.
Barranquilla.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And have you gone back and
Yeah, I used to
visited?
go there all the like for the summers, like and stay there for like a summer, the
You
whole
still
summer.
have family out there?
Yeah,
You
yeah, I
just
still
do-
got family out there. Yeah, yeah.
So you visit them when you go
Yeah,
out?
100%. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Planning
great.
on going this year for sure.
I'm dying to visit. I've never
It's a
visited.
major vibe, man. You gotta go out
To
there.
Colombia since I left. as a
Colombia's
kid.
super
Really?
dope.
Can you go back or is it like
no,
a problem?
I can't go back.
Okay.
I can't go back. I just haven't been able to. Yeah, I just haven't been able to.
Yeah, because there was a lot of Cubans.
Have you been
here in
out there
Miami.
before to Colombia at all?
Never, bro. Never, bro.
Yeah,
To
you
be
gotta
honest,
go, man.
I gotta step up my travel. I gotta step
Yeah,
up my
yeah.
travel again.
Yeah,
Facts.
Yeah, Colombia's a major vibe, man. I feel like the Caribbeans and all like, you know, Colombia and like Cuban, like they're all like have like the similar
cultures,
like
yeah, the
culture.
yeah.
Especially like, you know, like the architecture and all those spots, like they sort of look alike.
Similar, but what's crazy is they're so different now. But Colombia,
Yeah,
it's
it's completely different, yeah.
Geographically
Oh, yeah,
full,
yeah,
like the realist, like full, like the mountains, the fucking. Doesn't it
Yeah,
snow out there?
the scenery
There's
out
all
there
kinds
is
of crazy
amazing.
shit out there
Yeah,
that
yeah.
ain't
You
in
know,
the Caribbean.
I don't know if you know about this. This is a saying. It's probably like one of the oldest sayings. Supposedly, my old boy told me it's one of the oldest sayings in Colombia, and it's that when God made Colombia and He made like that whole land, you know, of Colombia, Venezuela, all these places, like but Colombia, He made it so beautiful. It was such an oasis, right? That He had to balance out all that beauty and then all that like love and everything with evil. So He had to let just the same amount of evil in. And I'm not talking about the drug trade or none of that.
Specifically?
Like, you know,
Or-
my country's hurting right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's something it's very close to my heart, and it hurts my heart. But you know, that's a saying that when God made Colombia, it was so beautiful that He had to balance it out with some evil, with a lot of evil, and then that's why there is a lot of evil in Colombia, and there throughout history, Colombia has continually been, you know, like fucked, you know, unfortunately. But you know, there's
Yes,
still hope.
the new
and God is
president there
good, you know,
sucks.
so-
The new president.
No, the new
of-
president's he's a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
he's.
So you guys gotta educate me because I'm not informed on this.
Oh no, so Colombia, the
so right
president.
now politically, right now,
He's like
yeah.
he's like on some
There's some
communist
real bad
vibes, but
shit.
he was also
He's-
from like a radical political
Yeah,
group
he
that was like its own organization.
Has it always been fucked up since like the Narcos times, like the political
Yeah.
times?
Supposedly
It's
he
always
was
been
a-
fucked up.
So-
Well, let me tell you how fucked up he
yeah.
was caught with a. You know,
Yeah, go
actually, you know
ahead.
what? I can't even say that. I
So
can't even say that.
no, don't talk about.
I'm
that.
gonna put it here in the edit
Yeah,
now.
no,
'cause
yeah, of
I'm
course
not gonna let the
yeah,
audience.
we're
know
gonna
this,
we'll
so-
edit that. We'll edit that. But so
out. You want to edit that out?
no, what the little thing he just said, the little but whatever. Anyway, so yeah, so in Colombia right now we have a president, right, that he is very with communism, right, and then he is part and he has ties with La Guerrilla, right. So if you don't know what La Guerrilla is, right, La Guerrilla is like a radical militia that was made in the mountains, right, in Colombia in like the 1930s or something like that. You know what I mean? But however, the guerrilla grew so much that it grew a right side and a left side. You get what I mean? So
Is it
there's
similar
a
like-
Democratic side and there's a Republican side of La Guerrilla.
Is it similar like to
And
that
that's not including
squad,
the government.
that non-fed squad that they came up with to like get down the narcos?
No. Yeah, they were involved.
That's another
But,
thing.
they
but you know what is it that
Those-
I'm talking
the
about?
narcos, the
The
narco-
Pepes, the Pepes.
Yeah,
No,
the Pepes, yeah.
But is it the same type beat as the Pepes?
It's not, yes and no.
Yeah,
yes
yeah, I
and
think
no.
it was
yes
those
and-
Pepes, right?
Yes and no,
Because
because
was the Cali cartel niggas. They created that to get popular.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Pepes-
were involved. So
Word, okay.
La Guerrilla was involved.
Predates this.
The La Guerrilla was involved when I don't know when Pablo Escobar stormed the Capitol and they fucking fucked the courthouse up and they burned that shit up.
They were involved with Pablo?
I don't know.
La
if-
Guerrilla. They were
Wow.
involved. They did that with him.
Oh,
You know what
okay.
I'm saying?
That was the
Yeah,
political.
he broke
that was the political team.
But
he
they're
funded.
not a political.
Right.
They're not
fake
a
political. Whatever.
They're just literally like a group of people from the fucking mountains that started a militia.
Terrorist
So
group.
they're
basically.
basically
Yeah.
so yeah and they've been around for so long that they even beef with each other because there's a left and a right now, a Democratic and then a Republican. You know what I'm saying? So they followed. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what
Police used to steal drugs from the drug
their
dealers.
main
Wow.
their main thing was kidnapping. Their main thing was kidnapping.
Yeah,
So
they would kidnap like a political daughter.
political figures, journalists, people like that. That was
Which
their
Pablo
thing.
definitely
Yeah.
implemented in his
Yeah,
campaign.
he was
Right.
on that too. Yeah.
And then the narcos used them as a
Scumbags,
they used them to break bread, but at the same time the narcos kind of kept their distance from them as well because they're they're fucking militia.
You know what you gotta watch? You gotta watch that show on Netflix, the El Patrón del Mal.
El
El Patrón del Mal.
That's
Which
the real
is,
one.
is
Yeah.
the story of
Everybody
the
says
Bro,
story
it's
of
so
Pablo.
funny, bro.
That's what the real show.
It's
besides
funny.
Yo, it's
Narcos.
fucking hilarious.
It's hilarious, bro.
hilarious.
Like
Comedic?
it's
It's comedic?
No, it's
real-
not comedic.
It's not. It's just
It's
like certain
what the-
things that he does.
Certain things that he does and the way he like it's fucking funny.
Yeah, he's
like
just
you
funny.
watch it
Like
and
he's
you
a good
laugh.
Pablo though. Like
He
he's
was the best.
he's the
He
best
was
Pablo I've ever seen.
So I wanted to ask you guys this, and especially now that I know you're Colombian too, Con. What's your opinion? Because I've had this conversation with Colombians and it's gone different ways. Some of them say fuck narcos, it's whack, it's a bad portrayal of Colombia, the police, the whole thing, this and that, it makes us look bad. Other ones say, yeah, no, it's dope, it's good entertainment. It's what's your opinion on that on the TV show, the Netflix version, the Americanized English shit?
Oh, the Americanized one.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. Like personally, me though, I like the original, like Spanish one that's like
El
that's from
Patrón del Mal,
Colombia.
it's
Yeah,
much better
because
entertainment value
it's
in it.
built in Colombia. You know what I'm saying? It was shot in Colombia. The actors are actually Colombian.
Dope.
They
Okay.
speak Spanish.
No,
You
no,
know,
no.
like he's
Wow.
speaking Spanish like a real.
lot
like,
of the
it's-
actors
and
are
he
very
looks
famous
exactly
in
like
Colombia.
Pablo.
I love that. You guys
So
are
like,
saying
if you
it's
want to
more
get like
accurate.
if you want to
It's
get like
much
the
more
realest
accurate.
version, yeah, you watch
that
that
dude is
one.
definitely from Medellin.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
guy that plays Pablo, and also a lot
And
of
they
the
even brought some of the
in that
actors
show
from there
are
on the
very
actual
well-known.
narco show.
I've heard that. Yeah.
So you see some of them like on there like that are
Some of
from the actual
people-
narco
some of the
show.
people
Some
are-
of the key ones.
I
some
mean,
of
yeah,
the
from the
people
Patrón
the
del Mal,
show,
yeah.
they're in the
One of the
narcos.
guys one of the guys in the Netflix version in the prison. Once he's in prison already, one of the key guys he murks in there that he gets caught up for at the end was on the original show.
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah,
I think
But-
the redhead dude.
But to be honest, the Netflix version of Narcos, personally, like me, I like it.
I like it
thought it was
too,
good. I
yeah.
thought it was
I thought it
very
was
well
cool.
shot. I love the song in the beginning. That shit's so
Wow, it
hard.
is a classic.
I love that song. I love
a
that song, and I
classic.
had never heard that song, to be honest. I heard it on Narcos. And yeah, they did miss a lot of key points. They did, but it's all dramatization, bro. It's all dramatization
Hollywood,
at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, like the one that they did butcher was the one of La Madrina.
I haven't seen it yet.
If I haven't seen it either,
With Sofia de Vergara?
it's with Sofia Vergara.
Vergara,
Yeah.
Sexy, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But my mom and my my mother's family, like, she personally knew Griselda Blanco, like, as a child, and she looked up to that lady. And my mom was like, she saw that shit and she almost cried. She was like, yo, this poor lady is turning over in her grave right now because, like, they butchered, like, her image, who she was. Like, this lady was not, like, Sofia Vergara is fine as fuck, bro. I love that lady, like, bro. But La Madrina, she was short, she was ugly, she was stubby.
That was questionable.
She was
Why gets
chubby,
the sexy?
you know,
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
and she was a boss. She was a boss. Like my mom has told me, because she comes from unfortunately she comes from that world, and she's told me, like, the boss of, like, who's known as, like, the boss in Colombia from the narcos and all that, like, the one that did it the most, and it was Griselda Blanco. It wasn't Pablo. Everybody idolizes Pablo. I love Pablo. I call him my uncle, you feel me? But you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, Griselda Blanco was another. She was another animal.
PR.
The things she did. The things
You know
she
what it
did.
is? It's PR because everybody
I don't
knows
know.
the picture
I
of
think
Pablo.
they were both. I think Pablo was on some shit too, though.
Yeah,
He was
but
just-
I mean, yeah, it goes a lot.
Well, I think you're more. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think you're more speaking to the business enterprise of it. You're speaking to the business enterprise of it because Pablo's just a lunatic, fucking blowing airplanes up.
No, but I'm also
she was smart.
I'm also talking about that. Like she was a fucking lunatic. Like she was crazy, and then you know so was Pablo. But the way I mean it is like I guess just things that aren't you know televised or spoken about. That I'm just like, you know, or stories that I've heard, you know, from family members that just like, damn, that lady she was the one. She was the one. You know, rest in peace, Griselda Blanco, man.
So, speaking of classic media, shout out to Friday Night Lights. The fucking
Friday Night Lights. This is one of my favorite movies. That's where Boobie started.
Crazy.
Yeah. Do you want to know the story? Have you heard it? How I got my.
I haven't even seen Friday Night Lights, but yeah, let's get the name story. So one of the main characters, right? Boobie Miles, right?
Yeah, Boobie Miles. So.
Does he play the defense like you?
No, he was a running back. But,
okay.
But when I was in third grade, my teacher, right, she was very fond of me, and then you know,
what was the teacher's name?
Miss Smith.
Shout out Miss Smith.
Well, I'm gonna say her name is Miss Smith because I'm not gonna put her on blast. So I'm not gonna say her actual name. You feel me? But let's say Miss Smith, right?
All right.
You know, and I was in third grade, and then you know, so she was very fond of me, and then one day, you know, they send the kids off to like some class. I forgot what class. It could be music, let's say, whatever. And she's like, you know, stay back, and I'm like, okay, you know, so I stayed back, you know.
You thought you were in trouble?
I thought I was in trouble. I'm like, ooh, what did I do?
I'm thinking you're in trouble.
You know
Where's the story going?
Yeah.
So basically my teacher starts making sexual advances at me. You know what I'm saying?
No fucking way, Mrs. Smith.
Yeah. And
they got us Mrs.
and
Smith. Mr. Smith would have been crazy.
And then so, you know, after that I was like kind of confused. And then the second time,
second time?
No, well, nothing happened the first time. You feel me? So then,
what are sexual advances? What like
sexual advances was like she's like come around, you know, and then she was like, look, I went over this paper with you, blah blah, blah. And then you know, putting her hand on my lap and then smiling at me, and she, you know, she had her shirt. She, you know, I ain't gonna lie, she had pretty like big titties and shit or whatever, you know, and she had her shirt little, you know. But I was a third grader, you know, so I was a third grade kid. I like, how old are you in third grade, Con? Like 10? Right?
I don't
or some
even
shit
know.
like that.
Yeah,
but you know,
but
you know what I
she's
mean? Like,
6.
but you know, so then I didn't know what was
like
happening.
10.
I didn't understand. So then the second time, you know, whatever, like, you know, she ended up pulling her titties out, and I started sucking on the titties. I mean, she didn't ask me to suck on the titties, but I just started sucking on the titties because it was an instinct, I guess. I don't know. It was because, you know, like, I don't know, but I started sucking on the titties, and then, you know, and it happened. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go.
Is this your first time sucking on titties?
It was my first time sucking on titties, buddy. Yeah. I was in third grade. That was my teacher. And then so after that, I fucked up. I told one of my friends, you know, and then a couple of my friends start calling me Habubi. You know what I'm saying? Because my name is Habib. You know what I'm saying? So they start calling me Habubi. You know, but it was mainly because a girl but then like it was something that was between me and my friends, and this girl in my class, I guess she had a little crush on me or whatever. She heard it and she started calling me Habubi, like
another
nonstop.
girl that
like,
heard
no, a girl from she didn't hear the story, but she heard my friends calling me Habubi and she thought it was funny. So I guess she liked me or whatever. So she started calling me Habubi, blah, blah, blah. And then the teacher heard it, like people calling me Habubi, and then she was like, you know what I'm saying? And then from there it was kind of like, and then Friday Night Lights came out, and then we went to go see the movie, like on a little field trip. Me and my friends from the football team, and then Boobie Miles was in the movie. And then when we left that movie theater, everybody was like, "Ah, yo, Boobie, you know what I'm saying?"
That's you.
And then mind you, we got football practice the next day. So the next day, I'm stunting in practice, going crazy, like I'm in the movie, like I'm in the movie, Miles. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not chocolate, but I'm caramel, baby. Like, come on,
Chico Boobie.
So
like that.
you know, like, so it turned to Boobie, and then from there, boom, and then Boobie was my nickname from then all the way till fucking I started becoming, until I became a rapper, and now it's, I don't know, I guess it's worldwide now.
Facts. And then for your aunt, what did you say, Paul?
What about the Lootaveli?
That's
So,
it's
the
coming
little
right now. Hold on.
Oh yeah.
Free your aunt.
Oh yeah, free my aunt, man. Free old Plaga, man. You know what I'm saying?
Free your cousins too, or
Yeah,
that's the one on house
man,
arrest?
hey man, free. No, my cousin on house arrest now. You feel me? Free my other cousin on J Fig. You know what I'm saying? Hey, free my other cousin Robert, man. You know what I'm saying? Free all y'all, man. Love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody behind that motherfucking wall, man. Auntie, I love you. You hear me? We doing this for you.
Yeah,
Free old Plaga, man. Free to count.
We have to shout out the fam first, because then now I gotta say free Max B, because
And free the wave, man. Free the wave, man. Free the motherfucking wave.
facts.
Yo, you know what? Free Tory too, man. You don't
And
even
free
do that
Tory.
shit, bro.
And free Tory. You know what I'm
Tory
saying?
ain't do that.
So that for those listening that might not know, that's where the Lootaveli comes from.
That's
correct?
where the Lootaveli comes from.
Got a favorite Max B song?
Yes, I do. It's called "Blow Me a Dove."
Blow me a
"Blow
dub.
Me a Dove." "Blow Me a Dove" is my favorite Max B song. I in high school, right? My cousin Mook, they're from New York, right? I was like 14, 15. He put me onto Max B, and Max B was like, at that point, that shit just
Raw ass
blew
cousins,
my
by the
mind.
way. Raw ass
It blew
cousins.
my mind. It blew my mind. And then at the time, here in Miami, in every school, everybody wanted to be from New York. Everybody. I don't know if you remember, if you went through that. I know
It
you
was
went.
definitely that
Every
wave.
that happened here in Miami, where like there was a time in high school where like everybody wanted to
I
be
don't
from
think
New
it's
York.
necessarily wanted to be
But
from
they
New York,
wanted to
but it was their
dress like they were
fashion.
from
Yeah,
New
'cause
York, and
they
like-
are like the fashion
Yeah,
capital.
exactly. And then there was people that were like, "Yeah, I'm from New York," and they're like, "Oh yeah, when did you come to Miami?" "Oh, when I was 1 year old." You know, but I'm from New York though. Like, no, you're from Miami. But you know, my cousin moved to Miami, so we went to high school together in Varela that 9th grade year. He put me on to Max B, and then you know, blah blah blah, whatever. Fast forward, when I'm like, yo, I want to be a rapper. I wanted it to be Boobie something, you know.
Yeah.
And then shout out Mook. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
My
last
cousin,
time it was in New York, everybody knew you out there too.
Yeah, everybody.
We was
and
in
then-
Brooklyn, we was in
and then,
Bushwick.
he was
That's
like,
showing
he
them
was
love.
like, one day he was like, yo, I forgot what I did. He's like, man, you the fucking Lootaveli. And I was like, Lootaveli? He's like, yeah, you get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause Max B, the bigger valley, you know what I'm saying? You the Lootaveli, cause we be looting it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my God. You know, cause looting it and loot is like a thing that, my cousin Mook brought that shit over here to Miami, and then it turned into a saying. So it's like, if we go out, last night, we were at the studio, me and Con, let's say, and some ugly ass bitches pull up and blah, 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 you know what I'm saying? They embarrassing
Why-
as fuck.
hold on,
And
why
we
they
play,
gotta be
and we
ugly?
kicked them out. And we kicked them out, you feel me? Because they're annoying.
Personality-wise.
Personality-wise,
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
'cause you know
that's
what-
what I mean. You know what I mean?
Bad
whatever.
bitches, but
People-
ugly
people can be
personality-wise.
ugly,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
facts.
saying? But whatever.
Con's like, I don't ride with ugly bitches.
I'm like, yo, we looted it last night. Like, we should have never did that. You know what I'm saying? But then also, we could have had an amazing night last night with 2 actresses. And I mean, like, yo, last night we looted it. Like, we went crazy. So, you know, looting it, it turned into a saying here in Miami, like around the circle that I was with. And then that's when that was happening. My cousin Mook was like, Lootaveli. And then, boom, I was like, oh,
And
shit.
that turns into the Loot Boys?
And then that turned into Loot Boys, which is like, boom, we made it, which had nothing to do with rap, and it still doesn't. To be honest, it's just
A
it's just a
lifestyle.
clique. It's a
Yeah.
lifestyle, you know. It's
Life
just me.
on our
It's
terms.
just the homies, you feel me? But when it comes down to
Life
Loot,
on our terms.
when
That's dope.
exactly when it comes down to, I wanted it to mean something, and then I came up with Life on Our Terms, and I was like, whoa, you know, that hit me deep. Because I feel like, bro, like, you know, in this life, like, you got to live for something. But at the same time, like, are you really living? If you're living by everybody else's time, or by everybody else's expectations, by everybody else's thoughts and criticism, no. Live on your own
Facts.
terms,
Big
and you
facts.
will be happy. You know what I'm saying? As long as you walk with God or whatever you believe in, you know what I'm saying? Like, or the universe. But as long as you're living on your terms, you're going to be all right, baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. You know?
That's a bar right there. Real shit.
Facts.
Oh, God.
Hell yeah. And so let's put these in order.
Very poetic.
Let's put these in order. Fucking the ops sister, cousin, mama, aunt, or stepmom.
Hey.
Shit.
Listen. I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes down to the ops, I don't know 98% of my ops. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and Con, we ain't worried about no ops. But however, I will say in the past, I have done. How about you just say it again?
So we got a sister, cousin, mama, aunt, or stepmom.
What about
So-
his girl?
How
his
to not
girl.
include girls? True.
6.
I think girls are kind of like a given. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'd say I've done 3 of the 6. You know what I'm saying? I've done 3 of the 6 in the past. You know what I mean?
What's more important, the girl or the mom?
Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Those are
hey,
tough.
I'm,
Wow.
Shit.
Hey, bro,
Honestly, hold on. You gotta
I
throw
feel like
sister in the mix.
I feel like if
I feel like they don't really give a
That's
fuck about their
crazy.
sister.
Hey, bro, hey, grandmama,
sister, Con?
grandmama
Nah,
in the
I
mix.
don't got a sister. I'm saying, but I feel like they don't really give a fuck about if you fuck their sister.
Listen. The Lootaveli has
I feel
brought.
like there'd be more time if you fuck their bitch or their mom.
Listen, the Lootaveli has brought the grandmother into the mix. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
And
didn't
that was
list that.
when I was recording my last album, Lootaveli. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Miss Tammy.
Grandma's
You know what I
boy.
mean? But yeah, you know what I mean? Grandma's boy.
Let me know.
You know,
That's
so the grandmother has come and played. The grandmother has
shit.
come
How you
and
think
played.
that song came
You know
about?
what I'm saying? That's how that song came about. You know what I'm saying?
Grandma's
the video.
boy.
But
You thought you was talking about his grandma?
come on, man.
Nah.
You guys gotta see the
Come on,
video.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, rest in peace to the grandma from the Grandma's Boy video. You know what I'm saying?
She passed
I
away?
love you, mama. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she passed away like last year.
Rest in peace, grandma.
You know what I'm saying? Like, love you for real. You
real.
know what I'm saying? You know?
You a legend.
Yeah.
RP the rules and RP Max.
Yeah. Hey, man. Rest in peace,
R.I.P.
Max.
Max,
man. Miss
for
you,
real.
Bonito. Yeah, man. Max was my dog, man. He passed away. My actual dog. He was a pit bull. He was 14 years old. Passed away in September. It is what it is, man. Life keeps lifing, you know. But I miss my
You know,
pit. I miss my pit every day.
there's a saying to say about dogs that just it makes me look at dogs so different. For a dog, you're its whole life. For you know what I'm saying, and for you, like a dog is a part of your life.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I'm saying, like you like. I had a dog that I saw when it was born, and I was the last one that saw when it passed away because I was there to put her to sleep because it was just, it had cancer. So like, I think about them like, damn, you know, dogs are really special. Like,
Yeah.
Man's best friend, man.
Yep, they really are.
Society's best friend.
They really
And
are.
Best
honestly,
friend for real.
they really teach us to live in the moment and
they
appreciate the
do,
moment.
yeah.
man.
And they're just so forgiving. They're always there for you. They can tell when you're sad, you know, and they hold you down.
I've
like
never
that.
had a friend like my dog or like my scale. You feel me? Or actually,
Your
like,
vacuum sealer,
like,
or
hey,
the
like
vacuum
my
sealer.
dog or my vacuum sealer, man. I never had a friend like my dog or my vacuum sealer. You feel me? There wasn't one time my vacuum sealer then turned his back on me. You feel me? There wasn't one time that the vacuum sealer, you know what I'm saying, was, you know what I'm saying, telling me about his problems. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't one night that the vacuum sealer judged me. You know what I'm saying? The vacuum sealer actually, the vacuum sealer took me from the highs to the lows, literally and figuratively. If you know what I'm talking about. You feel me? So, hey man, shout out to my motherfucking vacuum sealer, baby. I know you're home. You know what I mean? I love you.
So is
Shot.
Boob? My bad. Go ahead.
No,
got a
you
shout out?
good.
Is Boobie a boob guy or an ass guy?
I'd say, man, hey, man, you know what I'm saying?
Miss Tammy with the double D's. What was the double D's?
Oh, what, Miss Tammy?
Yeah, what she had?
She had
some
double.
triple D's.
She had double M's.
She had double M's. There we
She
go.
had
There we
double
go.
M's. Now, I say I'm an ass man for sure. I'm an ass man for sure. You know what I'm saying? But I love like perky titties, perky big titties. I love big titties. You feel me? I love bitches with big titties.
Ideally,
I ain't
we
gonna
want
cap.
both. Ideally, we
Yeah,
want both.
yeah.
Ideally, I want both. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I ain't gonna
But
lie.
I prefer a fat ass too.
You know
I
what I'm
prefer a
saying?
fat ass.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, man, hey, man, some of them skinny girls that be having just a little bit of this and then a little bit of that, you know, hey.
It works.
Them
It
bitches be
works.
freaky
Yeah.
sometimes
Facts.
too.
I love a good skinny girl. I love a great top.
Hey, sometimes them fat bitches too. You know what I'm saying? The ones that got
shit.
big titties and big ass, cause them bitches fatter than.
No, we love all women here on
Hey,
the
we
Heir
love
Cast.
all women.
We
you know
ain't
what I'm saying?
discriminating. We ain't
We ain't
discriminating.
discriminating,
Big
man.
fucking facts.
We ain't discriminating,
Oh, yeah.
man.
Okay, and then so Con, shout out Dolly Parton.
Shout out Dolly Parton, man. Yo, randomest night of my life, man.
What was she doing in
Super
the
random,
section?
bro. She was going
Dog,
crazy, and
that
that,
shit was-
we
didn't
didn't even know it was her. We didn't even know it was her.
We didn't know.
We didn't even know
We
it was
had
her.
no idea till like
The
30
waitress
minutes
came up
before
like
we left.
later. She's like, "Are you Dolly
Hold
Parton?"
on, you guys are blowing my mind because you have a bar saying Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton.
He said, ain't that Dolly Parton flashing titties in our section? And yeah, I like that. Like, she was wilding in the section, bro.
So this really happened?
We thought it was an older thought that was just there, like just vibing.
I mean,
Yeah,
technically
yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
nah.
I mean, technically she is.
Yeah, but we didn't know it was her. You feel me? Like
We didn't know it was her.
It was
Dolly Parton's still alive,
the
right?
Dolly Parton. Yeah, the Dolly Parton was there just
Dolly, if
flashing
you're
titties.
listening, and we know you are.
Hey, Dolly,
Come
what's
through.
up, baby? Hey, next
through,
time you're in
mama.
Miami, man.
She had a thing for
Hit this
boobies.
guy
She had a
up.
thing for.
No, she had a thing for.
She
had
got
a
a
thing
whole
for-
theme park out there.
She
We
had a
gotta
thing
go
for
out
both
there.
Bro,
of
we
us. She
gotta
had a
go
thing
out
for
there.
both of us, to be honest.
We gotta show her the pics of that night.
Shout out Dolly Parton.
We gotta show her the pics of that night.
So you guys met through school?
No, we met through a mutual friend.
Yeah.
My boy Mikey the magician.
Oh, shout out Mikey. Okay.
Shout out Mikey. My brother Mikey. Love that dude.
And not even on no music shit. On some new shit. New boy shit.
It was on some music shit.
It was on some
at
music
first.
shit. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
At the time, I didn't really have a producer that I could build with and that I could like work with, and at the time I was doing a lot of business with Mikey, and but I also made a lot of my music with Mikey to start my career off, like most.
Because he was producing.
He was producing. But he started doing a lot of different stuff, like business stuff and stuff like that, growing, obviously.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which is fucking beautiful to see,
want that.
for a friend. Yeah, you love to see that for a friend. But one day he hit me up and he was like, "Look, I have a producer, right? And he is also an artist and shit, but like he's a really good producer, and he's also a great engineer and shit. Like, I think that you guys would really hit it off, and I would like to go to his studio. You and me go to his studio and tap in with him, see what's up." And at the time, I was going through addiction, so everybody around me was just, basically just trying to keep up with me, you know what I mean? Because I was just in another place mentally. But yeah, he's like, "Yo, I got this guy. He's fucking great. Let's go link up at this studio. Meet me there Friday at this time." Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, "All right, cool." And it was literally right across the street from our studio, so we're like, "All right, bet." And then I pull up and I meet this beautiful hunk of a man right here. You know what
Pause.
You know what I mean?
But I appreciate
He could keep up with you.
Nah, that's my brother, man. Hey, we both young, rich, and handsome. Man.
Let's
You know what I'm
let's
saying?
just long hair gang,
shout out to
man.
Nicky Gordo. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, shout out Nick for real.
yeah. So yeah. Mind you, at the time since I was so out of it and shit, Mikey introduced me to Con. Con started playing a couple beats. I was really fucking with them, but I was kind of out of it, and I was high, and I was just there like, then my boy Mikey was kind of like, bro, get your shit together, like, bro, you're looking bad in front of this guy, like he had invited us to his studio, to come work.
Not a good impression.
Not a good impression. No, it's not a good first impression,
Facts.
because it's the first time we met.
Even more so.
Even more so. And
I just thought he was like on a spectrum or some shit.
yeah, no. After we thought about it,
slow as fuck.
He's like, "Yo, I just thought you were kind of like a little," and which is true too. But I was just kind of there on the couch, and then my boy Mikey, he's just over it. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna leave. All right, peace." He says peace out to both of us, and then I just, for some reason, something in me, I felt comfortable enough to stay, and Con's just there. He knows that I'm an artist, and he doesn't really know of my music like that, but he knows that I'm an artist. He knows I'm a serious person, and that Mikey linked us up for to work.
Just on the spectrum.
To work. But he's just like, man, this fucking guy's probably on the spectrum. He's fucking retarded. Is he high? What is wrong with him? But and we're just talking shit. We end up chopping it up. We end up talking mad shit. We end up, we're both Colombian. We end up finding out we're both Colombian. So we're just
good
there.
Foresight for him to see past the spectrum shit. He's like, no.
So we're there talking. And then the first night that we met, I was like, "Hey, bro, you feel me? Like right now, I'm doing this shit with this label, and I gotta turn in this album, and I haven't done it. And do you wanna produce a whole album for me? Do you wanna executively produce my album?" And this guy was like, he kind of sat there for a second like that, and I'm like, I kind of like, we just met, so I'm like, "Bro, what the fuck is up with this man? You feel me?" Like, and then he looks at me, he's like, "Bro, like, are you sure? Like, are you high or something?" Like, I'm like, "Nah, bro. Like, I just really like your beats. I like your vibe. I like, like, let's do it, And he was like, "Well, we just met, bro. Like, are you sure?" I'm like, "Yes." And then from that day forward, me and Con just linked up, and we started hanging out every day. And it took me 8 months of us being friends and for us to work together for me to get sober off of drugs. So this guy for that time, and I also went through a really bad breakup at the time, what I'm saying, along with the drug addiction, and he with us had just meeting each other. We had just met each other. You know what I mean? People don't do that. And he kept up with me for those 8-9 months and believed in me and said, "Boobie, wake up, like, and something in him was just, which was God, was telling him, "Yo, there's something here. You know, just
real.
don't give up.
That's real.
And, you know, through everything, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really felt like, fuck, you know, like, I'm letting this guy down. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to be honest, we were both in kind of a slump when we met. We were both in a slump. And, you know, we lifted ourselves out of that, you know, with the grace of God. And, shit, I got sober. We got on our bullshit. And I remember, like, bro, I used to have trouble fucking recording one song a week. Once I got sober, me and Con made like 134 songs in like 9 months.
That's crazy. What was the first album he produced for you?
It was Lootaveli.
Lootaveli.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have 2 albums. One of them is produced, executively produced by Mikey, which is Life on Our Terms, and then my second album, which is Lootaveli, is executively produced by Con.
Yeah.
Dope. And now we have It's Okay.
Yeah.
And now, well,
Yep.
it's the thing about that is that like with my distributor, they've kind of been fucking up the drop, so it looks as an EP, but the name of the song that we just dropped is It's Okay.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we're gonna keep dropping singles. Like I have a single
Like
dropping.
5 records, right?
Yeah, but the thing is that it says that that's the name of the EP, but that's just the name of the song that just dropped. You get what I mean?
Is there a different name you want those 5 songs? Is that even an
it's-
EP or the
no?
they're
The
just
way
singles, yeah,
the
they're just
way
music
they're
we're just
being
dropping.
the way they're being distributed by my distributor is that they're on a playlist.
Got
Right,
it.
so the song that dropped last 3 weeks ago can get played after the new one. You get what I mean? And it's to get more plays. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
So,
makes sense.
but I guess with Spotify, it's been kind of hard with the cover art, and it's been confusing people. I've had a lot of fans like, oh yeah, you know, it's okay, the EP and this, and that's not. You know, I'm dropping a project this summer. It's gonna be executively produced by Con as well. But I'm dropping a project this summer.
We got a name for it?
It's all right. The name of the project is gonna be called Big Boo Wop. So that's gonna be it. The third project will be called Big Boo Wop. I thought of naming it something else. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be called Big Boo Wop or just Boo Wop. You know, and I'm gonna just boom. Some of the songs that have dropped already will be in the album,
Okay.
right? But there will be a lot of new songs on that album.
Yeah.
Was the first time you announced Big Boo Wop?
Yes,
It is
this
actually,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
this is
Heir
actually
Cast
the-
exclusive
Big
right
Boo
here.
This
with
is
the home team.
announcement. This is the announcement. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
I'm dropping a project this summer. It's gonna be called Boo Wop. It's executively produced by Twizzy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a twin thing.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Type
sir.
shit.
You already
And
know, man.
yeah,
We folks, man. We're just trying to stay locked in and just honestly just work on new music.
just work.
Just stay consistent. You know, just trying to always be creative with getting in the studio and just knocking out music. You know.
And what comes to you first, Con? Because you produce, but you also spit bars.
Yeah.
So do you start producing first professionally, or do you start
Um,
getting it, like with the bars first? Because naturally, I think every producer tends to rap a little.
Yeah,
bit,
yeah.
right?
So it sort of started off with that, and then I sort of just got into like engineering and just trying to get like the best sound, and then I started to get into like making beats.
So all around, you're engineering,
Yeah, yeah,
producing, and
yeah.
spitting too.
Yeah.
But
So-
I don't really engineer like that, you know. Like
Yeah,
I
he
just
did-
really
yeah.
just engineer him. I just
Yeah, no, he engineers our songs, like
Yeah,
all
our
our
songs.
stuff, you know, like because
or Nick, you know.
Yeah, like or the homies
Or
and
the
shit, you know,
homies,
from
yeah.
all but six, you know. But he feels like, you know, like if we're gonna put this out, like we're gonna put it out right. So I'm gonna make sure that I mix this shit and master.
specialist, get a
and
specialist.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it- no,
yeah.
and it- and no,
100%.
and it's not because, you know what I'm saying. It's because he wants to make sure that it's to his standard.
course.
So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
gonna do it, and he's gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's the same mindset that Mikey has. You know, like when he did a project with Puya and the albums with Puya, you know, like they could have paid somebody to mix it down and to engineer it and mix and master it, but no,
nobody's gonna care like
He
him.
wanted him.
Nobody's
Nobody's gonna
gonna care
care.
like me,
Nobody's
yeah.
gonna care like him.
Facts.
You know, because that's like his best friend. You know what I'm saying? Like so Con has that same attitude, and he's like, you know, no, this is our shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, we want to in the future have other people, you know, mixing our shit down. You know what I mean?
What time? But,
but,
like you said, it's a quality thing. You feel
It's
me?
Yeah,
a
yeah.
quality
Quality
thing. It's a
thing.
quality.
Wanna have
thing.
I just know what you know, like
Yeah.
even as we're working, I'm sort of like already mixing and mastering, you know. So it's like by the time like I'm already mixing and mastering, it's like, I'm not doing too much.
It's
Word.
crazy though when we met though, because
This
when-
because we have a formula already, you know, that
yeah,
we
no,
sort of follow.
and it took a lot. But when we met, Khan told me later on, right, like after a year of us knowing each other, he was like, you know, when we met, I had just started making beats. You know what I mean? So I was like, bro, are you serious? He's like, yeah, like I had just started getting into the mode of making beats for a
Yeah.
couple months. And then so when you told me let's make an album the first night that we met, I was like, bro, what the fuck? Like, I just started doing this shit. Now this rapper wants to fucking, me to executively produce his whole album all of a sudden. The first night I met him, you feel me? And I don't even, like, know how to make beats like that, like, in his head. But I was fucking with all his beats, you feel me, that night. Yeah. So I saw him differently. But then once he told me all that, like, we both, like, brought the best out of each other and, like, grew, literally. Like, he grew as a producer, like, and I've been around great producers. I've been around great production and people that know music. And, like, Con is definitely one of those, so much so that, like, he raps, too. Like, he started rapping and then he, like, moved to this and that. He does it all. You know what I mean?
And what's the sample in that first record?
Which one?
Fuck, what's the first record? Is it It's Okay? I think the first one is It's Okay, right? That's how
It's Okay. It's Okay. The newest song we dropped.
I think there's
of the girls laughing.
Right,
or
it's
whatever.
a girl. Yeah,
yeah. That's just it's just the vocal that I got from TrackLib. TrackLib is on. Do you ever use TrackLib? You ever heard of TrackLib?
No. So what?
So it's like the modern day version of like sampling in the sense where like how like people would have vinyls, so they have a
library of samples.
So it's like a library of samples, but it's like full songs, but these are like the type of songs that are sort of like you would have to get like cleared and licensed.
Right.
So it's like a website that offers you that service.
All clear. But in the middle,
and they have a lot of established artists on there too. They have a whole bunch of crazy like.
What were you gonna say
in the middle when Con calls me in the song and then he's like, "Yo, Boobie, pick up," and he's with a bunch of girls that are laughing and shit. That's not a sample from there. That's like actually
in the middle of the
record.
record.
Yeah. The one in the beginning that the girls talking and shit, he got that from there, and I was like, I can't believe you found that there. But then he had recorded some shit from his phone in the studio.
That's real.
And we ended up using that. And then when the first time I heard it, I was like, yo, it's fast. Like,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Bro. Like.
Okay, so imagine I was gonna ask you what's your favorite for all of us three to say it at the same time, but it's not necessarily a full actual project because it's just really a playlist. I want to talk about Narco Baby and that record, but we already kind of talked about it.
Yeah, no, well that's what I'm saying. Like these are all singles. The singles that I've been dropping. So we could talk about like the past singles that I've dropped because I've been dropping crazy. Like, you feel me? I've been dropping crazy.
Trying to drop every 2 weeks. We're just trying to stay consistent.
You touched on the stuff with your mom, and you've touched on it through your music, through the Narco Baby stuff. Yeah. Are you comfortable talking about your abuelo, with the grandpa, through your mom's side? Is that the
of
story?
course. Well, yeah.
You're literally connected to that stuff.
Well, yeah. I talk a lot about that in WAP.
Like entertainment aside,
in the song WAP X3, which was a song that dropped before Narco Baby. In Narco Baby, I just mainly talk about my aunt, Naomi, who's currently locked up in the feds. And then in the call in the beginning is my cousin Mook, who was he's out now. Right? You feel me? He's out. But he was locked up for like 6 months and shit. He called me in December. And then we recorded that. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to put that in there because that's Naomi's son. You feel me? So that's that you know what I mean? Like, that's my cousin and that's his mother. You feel me? And my aunt,
when she get out?
She gets out hopefully in right now. Like, I think it's like 8-9 years still, brother. She has left. Yeah, she's locked up in the feds and she's been in there for a long time. And I hope she gets out soon. I really wanna get a lot of like shit popping this year. To really like be able to help those that I love, like, but like in an actual way. You know what I mean? Like, I still haven't been able to, put up 50 bands for my auntie to see what the fuck is going on, and how can we, you know what I mean? Because she's been in there already for a minute.
You will, bro.
And I will, and that's what we're working towards right now.
Facts.
And yeah, man, free to count. You dig? I love you, baby girl.
Facts. And then but the grandpa was like through the accounting shit, right?
Wait, what are you talking about, grandpa?
Maybe I'm wrong. To my understanding, I thought like you had like one of your, I think it was your mom's from your dad's side.
Oh yeah, this is the song WAP. It's a different song that you're talking about, not Narco Baby.
To be honest, I think I heard you say this in an interview. I might have heard you say this in an interview, but you always talk about it in your music.
So yeah, my grandfather on my mom's side. Don Luis Alberto, right? He was born in Jamaica, yeah, he was from like a Jamaican family. That they also had a family in Colombia, but he was born in Jamaica. You know, so he was he
So
was a
you
very
say you're
attractive light skinned man. You know, like he was black. You know what I'm saying? But he was light skinned. He was like a very attractive man.
What are you
know,
gonna
like
say, Con?
Cause he's always, cause I work with this reggae artist, and he's like, yo, tell him that my great grandfather
it's my grandpa.
is Jamaican, and I'm always thinking he's
not
trolling.
It's like my great grandpa. It's my grandpa.
So I'm like, yeah, whatever, bro. Like, all right, I'll tell him.
Yeah.
And
This
I
is the
never
lore.
tell him shit.
This
Yeah.
is all the lore right here. This is the Lootaveli lore.
He'll never tell him shit because he
I'll never
actually
tell
be
him
around
shit.
reggae artists. He be around a lot of reggae artists. You know, shout out Torres Riley.
Yeah,
you feel
shout
me?
out Taurus Riley. That's my bro.
But
Yeah, you have the record with him, right?
Yeah, I got a record with him. Yeah, that's fam.
But yeah, so
He's a goat, man. He's a goat.
my grandfather, his family, they migrated in Colombia with their family, and he grew up in Colombia. You know what I'm saying? And he grew up in a time where he got to it, and he was an international businessman, and then he worked with a lot of narcos, and his main thing was laundering money and shit like that. You know what I mean? And then from there, my uncle, Martin, who you know, his son, right, my mom's brother, he got into narco trafficking, and he became a narco here in Miami, and he fucking, you know, he ended up doing 26 years in the feds, and he hopped out, and then they extradited him back to Colombia. He got to Colombia, and he's living his life now. You know, he's happy. He had a baby out there.
Wow,
you know, my mom is
remarkable.
extremely happy and proud of him. You know, so that's just life. You know, it happened a long time ago. You know, so these are things that I could talk about now. You know,
And he stood on business too, so you feel me? So that's why he's good out there.
He stood on business, so that's why he did the time that he did. You know what I mean? He never folded, never. You know what I mean? So he did the time. He came home to a little bag. You know, it wasn't a lot. You know, but he's happy. He's home, and that's what it is.
The real bag is peace of mind.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
That's priceless.
And family and love
100%.
and God.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
And if,
God, family, money.
do y'all have any favorite wrestlers, professional wrestlers from back in the day, growing up?
Yes.
Dude, man, we do.
Well, so mine. Okay.
Listen.
I'm. All right. These are the.
If you have a one, I'd like to know what the one is. The rest you could just list.
Mine. All right. So my favorite one, number one for me, is the Undertaker.
Wow.
Number one.
Hold on. So we gotta unpack that.
Number
What's your
one.
favorite iteration of the Undertaker? He has like 7 versions. For me, it's the American Badass. When he came out talking and riding the bike, and he came out with the Limp Bizkit, the spin, rolling.
Yes, I'd say that.
Hold up,
That was
who
my
is that?
favorite one.
Bandana?
That was my favorite one. That
The
was one of his
Undertaker.
first ones.
I
That was one of his
remember
first
that.
So
ones.
the Undertaker's died and came back a bunch of million times because he's the
But
dead man.
Yeah.
Oh.
But
So he has
he's
different
the dead
versions
man.
of him.
Yeah,
Oh,
different
that's right.
versions of him.
Yeah.
You feel me? Well, which one was the one that he came back, but he was just with the hat? You know,
After
when
he
was
dies,
getting old.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
the final. That's like the
Yeah,
dead
yeah.
man.
Every time he
That's
would
the
do that,
final
he would just
version.
get up like
The
when he
final
when he would
version,
get
yeah,
like
like-
laid
Yeah,
out.
that's like the phenom. The
But,
dead.
Yeah.
but then you know, aside from that, you know, the Texas Rattlesnake, you know what I'm saying? Stone Cold Steve
Ooh, the
Austin.
Texas
you
Rattlesnake
know what I
was the
mean?
man.
That's my geyser. And then
I like
you
The
know,
Rock
and
too.
then-
The Rock
and
was
then
dope.
Eddie
Rock's
Guerrero.
my goat. Rock's
And then
my
I'd
goat.
say Eddie Guerrero.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
You know who I like too? Diamond Dallas Page, man. DDP.
TDP, yo.
Yeah,
that's
he
a-
was
that's
cool,
a
man.
Sleeper pick. Wow, that's dope.
Yeah,
How old
yeah.
are you, Con?
I'm 37.
Damn, my dog
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
great
yeah.
for his age.
Hey, yo,
son.
my
Thank you,
dog
appreciate
look like he's
A
24.
hunk of a man, for
My
real.
dog look like he's
Appreciate you.
24.
I thought you were the youngin of the three.
No, this my
That's
big bro
crazy.
right
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
For
yeah.
real, now you have great.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you.
Now,
You're
bro,
not off the drugs.
Yeah, no.
You're on
Yeah.
point. You could tell, especially
yeah.
growing up in Miami. Fool, I have homies that are younger than me, bald. You feel me? I have homies that are younger
Yeah.
than me that just be off the drugs
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
fucking.
No, you se le ve
zombie
la
down.
cara. Se le ve la
Yeah,
cara.
yeah.
It's
You feel me?
crazy,
So
bro. Shit,
when
wow.
you seldomly see somebody, taking care of
Bro,
themselves.
just playing. Honestly, just playing ball. You know.
Especially with this rap shit, especially with the
Yeah.
music
No,
shit.
but this
Everybody's
guy,
on some shit.
no, this guy takes his health, like, and everything he does serious. Like, it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and on top of that, he's a father. He's a young father. You know,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's a single dad. So like, he's on top of
Yeah,
his music,
big facts.
his daughter. You know, and then like, bro, like, he's the one that motivated me to like
Girl
get
dad.
back.
Good
get
dad
back.
gang, my
You know,
pops.
respect.
Yeah.
Salute.
Hey, shout out to my dog. You know what I'm
You
saying?
don't got no jits here, right?
I ain't got no jits yet, man. And none that I know.
No dad gang.
None that I know of. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't come talking shit now that I just said what I just said. You know what I mean? But none that I know of. No, thankfully. You know what I'm saying? I got my niece. You know what I'm saying? my dog's daughter. You know what I mean?
Real shit, real
But
shit.
yeah, like that's another reason why I love Con. It's the way he moves and with his daughter and everything he does, man.
I can't really respect nobody that don't take care of their kids, man. I can't rock with that.
Hey, bro,
bro.
I'm gonna tell you like this. Look,
I feel like if you can't hang out with your kids, but you hanging out with your friends, it's like that's some bum shit to me. I just can't. I can't
when it
respect
comes
that.
down to people, this is how I don't judge people, right? But when it comes down to me associating myself with somebody, tell me how you treat your mama and tell me how you treat your jits. And I'll tell you exactly who you are. I don't need to know nothing else. Tell me how you treat your mama. Tell me how you treat your jits. That's it. Just so y'all know. You wanna know if somebody a real one? How they treat their mama and how they treat their jits. That'll tell you everything you want to know about that person. You feel me?
Real shit.
You dig?
Big facts.
Real shit. And
Yes,
then,
sir.
so actually, this will be a cool question, Con, because I've had a lot of parents on, but mothers. I haven't had a lot of fathers on talk about being fathers yet. You feel me?
Yeah.
What's some good advice you give for a young parent? With one good piece of advice for a young parent. That's somebody that's about to go through your child's 7. You said
Yeah, I
So-
think
about to embark on a
I think
7-year
that,
journey.
yeah, I think
Or
the
more
most
years,
important thing is really just seeing what they like, who they. You gotta guide them, and you gotta like sort of like have them like trust you, but you don't want to seem too strict, So it's more like just like, it's almost like psychological. You gotta like psychologically convince them on like why you're telling them to do things. So it's like you gotta explain it with a reason. Like you gotta like make it seem like I'm on your team. Like I want to see
why?
you win. Like it's not just like I'm not just telling you to do this to do it for no reason. I'm telling you because I want to see you be the best version that you could possibly be of yourself.
Even better than me.
I feel like as far as like coming from like immigrant parents that came over here, they didn't necessarily have all the tools and information that I got from being over here. Like, all they knew was work. They didn't really know how to like start a business,
Same.
build up your credit and do this, so you could like be able to like advance as far as like in business and your own like create your own opportunities. So I'm just trying to guide her in the sense of like where she could think for herself and not have to like become like a worker, So I'm just trying to like, I try to get her to be creative. I try her to like understand that education is important, and there's a time to play and there's also a time to like work as far as like learning, Yeah. So I just think it's important that you're able to like have that relationship where they trust you. I think trust is like the most important thing when it comes to being a parent.
Autonomy builds it really expands your mind. 'Cause
Yeah.
when you think outside of the box, you think, damn, I can't ask anybody for help because nobody even
Yeah.
knows I'm doing this.
But it's also because I got a daughter too. I think if I had a son, I'd probably be a little bit different. Because
Okay.
it's like I sort of spoil her. I let her do whatever she wants, but she's very obedient. I don't never have to like reprimand her or like discipline her or nothing like that. She everything I tell her to do, she does. She asked me before she could do anything.
She loves and respects her dad.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Yeah, she's so cute, bro. She be. Oh, yeah.
And then, so, what's if you guys were wrestlers, do you have a finishing move you'd use?
I think I would do the choke slam. Just choke a motherfucker.
Good old
Just
choke
slam
slam.
him. Yeah.
That's always nice. What about you?
Oh man, shit. I don't know, man. I
The
feel
Lootaveli
like
Stunner?
yeah, man.
The Lootaveli Stunner. I like that move.
I like that.
You got to make that a song. The
Lootaveli
Lootaveli Stunner.
I like the Lootaveli Stunner, man. I don't know, man. I just feel like I'd have this. I don't know, man. I feel like I'd have the unloaded FN. That's what it.
Unloaded FN.
That's what it called, you feel me? My finishing move. You feel
The
me?
unloaded FN. I like that.
I don't gotta do much to. I could teach it to y'all one day, but it's called the unloaded FN.
It'd be great for content.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's
I think on the next podcast you can show them. You can
That'd be my
demonstrate.
finishing move if somebody trying to.
Have you ever used the what was it? The FN? The what? The unknown FN? What was the name of it? The move? Have you ever used it in a street fight?
In the
unloaded
street.
FN.
Oh wait.
The unloaded FN.
I cannot speak of those things.
Oh, okay, my bad. I was trying.
That's for the Patreon. You guys sign up now.
That's for the Patreon. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
All right, and then so any tips for Australia and New Zealand?
Oh man. What do you mean? Like for
Travel
people,
tips,
like people,
travel
all right,
tips.
travel tips.
Yeah, because not everybody's gonna tour. And,
All right, yeah. Well, travel tips.
I will one day,
If you're
but-
going to Australia or New Zealand, you make sure you take that little box that has like it makes so they don't have the same
outlets
that we have.
Oh yeah, you need the converters. You need the converters.
Incredible travel.
Wow,
incredible travel.
Yeah, because it sucks.
It sucks.
It sucks. I've been on that mission before.
So their shit is completely different. It looks.
You could tell it really affected
that
you.
That shit looks crazy. Well, yeah, because I get there and nobody told me and I didn't know. But I bought one at the airport that was mad expensive and I hate buying shit at the airport.
Yeah, they be taxing you.
You feel me?
Yeah,
but anyway, yeah, that's a travel tip would be to bring that, right? Number 2, is to like go to koala and kangaroo sanctuary. You feel me? Not a zoo, but like a sanctuary, so you can see these wonderful animals. And then if you pay, I don't know how many.
Don't you got a picture with a koala?
Yeah. You get to take a picture with a koala, and then they frame it up for you and all, and you could take it home with you. And shit.
Were you nervous?
No. I was mad happy to hold that.
They were
koala.
nice,
and they were nice. Well,
I think they have a reputation.
You only interact with one. You only interact with that one and take a picture. But however, the little kangaroos and shit, they're out in the field, you feel me? And then they give you this little, you buy this little bag that has little kangaroo food, and you go out there and you feed it to the little kangaroos. They come up to you, and they're all super nice and super cute. They're all like little
joeys, the little.
That's super cool.
That's what they call them, joeys?
Yeah, joeys.
Yeah, my dog Nelson. Also out there, also the word cunt is like a good thing. It means a good thing. So if somebody calls you a sick cunt, that means that it means, it means that you that guy. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Or like you say what's up to somebody, like you say like, let's say me and Con are Australia right now. We're like, what's up, cunt?
What's good, cunt?
What's good, cunt? You know what I'm saying? Like that's
say cunt, no cunt.
Cunt. What's up, cunt?
You know, cunt, but it's a good way.
Yeah, it's like
I'm a sick cunt.
Or you know, well, in Colombia we say marica. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
Marica. Cuba marica. O huevón.
Cuba marica, you gotta fight.
In Cuba,
that's a great example.
In Cuba, you tell Cuba marica.
What the fuck you
they're
saying?
like, oye, vivo, pero ¿cómo así? Yo no soy marica, vivo.
I ain't gonna lie.
Pinga.
But Colombia is marica.
Colombia.
Karol G got a song. She started off. She's like talking to her homegirl, and then she's like, it's like a song where she's pretty much talking about like drinking 200. Yeah.
You don't quiero marica. But it doesn't mean gay.
She was telling her homegirl something about.
It does mean gay.
It does mean gay.
Yeah.
Say like in a cariñoso.
Yes, in both ways. And so in both ways. In Colombia, right, marica obviously means gay. But in Colombia, you say it also means like a term of endearment. Like you say, like you to your homie, you feel me? And it also means like you're like I feel like in English, you feel me? Like the word
I guess it's almost like women calling each other bitches.
It just means like, yo, stop being a bitch, yo. Like you know, like let's go do it.
Right,
let's
yeah,
go do
bitch.
It. You're being a bitch, you feel me?
Great point.
You know, it means the same thing, you know? And I feel like that's the funny thing about those words is that like they no longer have nothing to do with homosexuality. When you say that to your homie, it's just like, yo, you're being a bitch right now, or like you're just calling on that's your homie, that's your dog, you feel me? They also say huevón, which means I don't know what that means. I guess like balls.
Yeah, big balls. You got big balls.
You got big balls or some shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Just like Puerto Ricans say bicho.
Bicho. Oye, mama hecho. So actually in my mom's family, my auntie that's locked up, she's Puerto Rican. Naomi, she was born in Puerto Rico.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wow,
So,
look at that.
you know what I'm saying? And she's from New York. They're from New York. So they grew up the traditional New York, Puerto Rican life over there. New York.
A lot of my Colombian homies that patched up with Puerto Rican people.
Yeah.
Because they're clicked up in New York.
Wow. Puerto Ricans and Dominicans are
All
out
of a
there
sudden,
too.
it's a dipset and shit.
Dipset.
Oh, shout out Kangaroo Jack too, by the way.
Oh, I love that movie, dog.
Kangaroo Jack.
Oh my God.
That's all I know from Australia. Till now that I'm getting older, I'm fucking doing a little bit more
Australia
information.
is amazing, bro. I love that place, Australia.
Everybody's banged up all the time.
Bro, Australia, like you go out and then you like eat.
Everybody drinks.
Like everybody's drinking, right? But like they sell like donors and like, which is like.
What's a donor?
A donor is basically like a shawarma pita, like a pita shawarma. You know what I'm saying? And like they sell like fucking
That's
you
like
know,
food.
pizza. They also sell pizza, burgers, all that
So
shit.
the food's very similar to out here. They don't have like culture,
They have
food?
they have no culture. They have like American culture in the
Like,
sense
that's
like
their food.
Like that's their food, but they like, you know how it's funny as fuck. You know how people people be like Outback Steakhouse is like Australia.
I mean, think about it.
I never saw an Outback Steakhouse in Australia, bro.
What did you see out there like that?
No,
was like American.
7-Eleven.
That's 7-Eleven out
big
there?
chains,
of course.
big- you see
You know
big
what they
chains,
serve at
yeah.
7-Eleven?
7-Eleven out there for real?
You know what they serve at 7-Eleven? They serve pies. Like over there, they have meat pies. Que son como like empanadas.
meat pie.
They're basically empanadas, but instead it's a pie, and they eat that a lot in Australia and shit.
Oh, yeah?
You feel me? But Australia is strictly white people, like crackers, bro. Like white people, white people. But then there's also like the people from New Zealand are islanders, so they look like the Rock, like Hawaiian.
It's like what, like,
You
they're
know
like
what I mean?
Polynesian.
Samoan,
Polynesian
Polynesian.
vibes, yeah.
But yo, those motherfuckers are boom, and then the rugby,
built
the
different, bro.
motherfuckers that play rugby over there, yo, they're like just as big, if not bigger, than the football players, because they don't even wear pads.
They don't wear
or nothing,
pads.
bro.
Yeah, they're big as fuck.
Yo, those motherfuckers' legs are like this. Motherfuckers be out there.
Nah, the Polynesians are built different out there, man.
it's crazy.
Even in Hawaii too. I've seen them in Hawaii before. They big as fuck.
That shit's crazy.
That's great. You what part of Hawaii did you visit?
Honolulu and I forgot what other spot.
Yeah, they got
But I've been to 2 spots out there. Yeah.
Yo, hold up. Before I finish on Australia got the most beautiful women ever, bro.
Baddies?
Like, I fell in love out
The
there.
Aussies are
like,
bad.
78 times. You know what I'm saying? Like oh God, I swear to God. There's a city called Brisbane, and it's right by the Golden Coast, which is like the beach. You feel me? Which is like
One of the biggest
basically-
cities, yeah.
And like it's like the beach city, you know. And like, bro, I fell in love out there. You know what I'm saying? Like the most beautiful. Shout out Australia. I'm coming back, baby. By the way, Big Boo Up coming back to Australia 2025 Australia New Zealand tour. Announcement coming very motherfucking soon, baby. You dig? Fuck with me, man.
Out there.
Zap in with the
Gonna be
boy.
turned.
And then, so what part of New York you got the fam in? What part of New York are they at
It's
specifically? Any
in
specific
Brooklyn. In Brooklyn,
Okay.
in the Bushwick projects, specifically 140 Moore Street.
Part? Oh yeah.
Shout out 140 Moore, baby.
Shout
You know what I'm
out,
saying?
out
So
the
Bushwick projects. We went to New York last year,
Yeah,
the whole
shot-
gang.
shot
When
Fully
we
Loaded out
did,
there.
yeah, we shot a video for a song called "Fully Loaded." Me and Con have, and then I did On the Radar out there.
Dope.
You
Okay,
feel
that
me?
was
That was when we did On the
Yeah,
Radar,
On the Radar.
and then
Murdered it. That did the great. Kai Sanara responded
That
to it.
shit
and
was
everything.
amazing.
That's crazy.
That shit was amazing, but we I saw my cousins out there. You know, my middle cousin, because it's Rob, Justin, and Mook. You feel me? So my cousin Justin, he was out, so he was hugging the block. You know what I'm saying? Vibing. And then my little cousin
Matter of fact, the day we got
Desiree.
there's the day he got out.
Yeah, I just got out
Ironically.
that same day.
Wow.
And then my
Ironically.
cousin Desiree, she was, you know, because they live in the hood in the projects, Bushwick projects. You know what I'm saying? And then I saw the apartment, you know, and saw my cousin Desiree, her jits. You feel me? She cooked us some food, and then it was beautiful. And it was
Yeah.
beautiful. It was beautiful going out there to New York.
Showing
And
love is the Brooklyn way.
I brought Twizzy. I brought
Brooklyn
Twizzy
way.
with me. You feel me? He got to see the hood. You know, like everybody out there showed us so much love. You know what I'm saying? And every
Yeah.
time I go out there, everybody's like, "Yo, Boobie, yo, oh shit, yo." Like since I've been going out there since I was 13 years old. You know, so I consider that my hood. You know, so 140 more, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know how you rock.
The Lootaveli Legion.
You know
all,
what I
all
mean?
the support. And so as Colombians, how do y'all feel about like the Los Verdes and like that chain of food?
I love it. When I used to go to
Fuck that.
Colombia, I used to eat that shit all the time.
Really? So
Yeah.
that type of food
Ah,
or those
but-
chains?
Yeah, no, not that.
They have
not
Los
those.
Verdes in
No,
Colombia?
they don't have those specific
but
chains,
no,
but the
but
food
that-
is very
'cause it's like
similar.
That's where it's
Street food,
from.
right?
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
where it's
yeah.
from. That's where
I ain't
Los
gonna lie.
Verdes
When
got it.
when I was growing up, like they didn't really have street food out here like that. And then like when I started
That's new. That middle
like,
school.
that's new,
Middle
like,
school
yeah,
when
like
that
they-
started popping
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
and then when I started opening up, I was like, damn, this is lit. I love this food.
Dope.
Yeah, they have one in-
You like that street food?
Well, Los Verdes.
I don't know about Los Verdes, but there's other ones.
First, when
There's Los Perros.
I
Los
went to
Verdes.
Yeah.
The first was Doghouse for me and Miami.
I've
Lakes.
never heard of that. I've never
That's
heard of that.
OG
So
shit.
since
Doghouse?
since I went to
It's
since
fire?
I went to in high school,
So that-
I've never even
Okay.
been to Miami Lakes. In high school, since I went
I've
to
been out there
Varela,
before.
and we had just moved to Kendall, we went to Los Perros. It was called, which is on
Right.
Bird Road. And Los Perros,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
remember that?
That's just
And
fire.
then it was fire, and it was good. You know what I'm saying? But then they opened Los Verdes. and then it was one in like Corway, and then they opened one in somewhere else, and I was like, damn, Los Verdes is opening up like in a couple
Yeah,
places.
they kind of ran with it.
and
They're
they-
like number
They
one.
kind
You
of
know
ran
what?
with it.
And they changed
But
the
at
game
first,
by staying up by being
by
open
being
late.
open late, because that's when
True.
we used to go. We used to go.
Very
To,
true.
we used to go to parties
After
in
the
high
clubs
school.
and shit,
After the
yeah.
clubs,
No,
that's where
I
you
didn't even
go.
go to clubs. We used to go to parties. You feel
Geddes,
me?
Tellies.
Back in the days,
Yeah,
little
the
little
Geddes.
Geddes, Tellies and shit.
Right,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? I
Big
got my
facts.
little fake ID when I was like 16 though. We went to Club Space.
You
Going
don't need no
crazy,
fake
right?
ID. You probably you were like 25.
No, on God though, for real. I didn't even need it, but you know.
Motherfucker, he had the beard since he was like a
That's
teenager.
like considered like street
That's crazy
food.
because you haven't
Okay.
aged.
Yeah, that's street.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Colombian street
Not
food,
like
right?
bandeja paisa.
Yeah, that's why Con was saying they got it everywhere because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of like
Out
you go
there,
to
they got
LA,
it
they got
everywhere.
tacos everywhere.
Yeah,
You feel me?
but out there they got like in Colombia. I heard they got like stands like
Yeah, they had like little
stands.
small stands.
They're
Yeah,
probably fire as fuck too.
it's so far. I love the
Yo,
food out
man.
yo,
there.
but this thing is not funny because yo, my fucking facial hair came in when I was in 6th grade, right?
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Wow,
crazy.
30
So-
years old, I barely
Yo,
get anything.
when I was in 6th grade, like the mustache, it was the L though. You know what I mean? Like the L. It wasn't like none of this. Just a little L, you know. But
The strap,
Who,
no?
who was that one artist that you took that you're supposed to take a picture with at the shoe store? Where you was with Mook and his mom.
Jadakiss. Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah. So look, check this out. So mind you, yo, bro, we was in 9th grade. I was 15. It was the summer of 9th grade of us going into 9th grade, right? And mind you, I have a little beard already, but I'm a 14, 15-year-old kid. I think I was 14. And then we go to New York for the summer, you know, me and my cousin Mook, you know, because I just moved to Miami, you know. And then my aunt was out, you know what I'm saying? So she was basically like, you ever seen New Jack City?
Yeah.
She was Nino Brown, basically. So my aunt
She
was
really was. She knows
basically
some shit.
she was
a real one.
like the Nino Brown of the hood. Like she took care of everybody. Like my aunt, she that's why I love her so much, and that's why I shout her out a lot of my music, because I have a lot of respect for her, and I look up to her, and I looked up to her growing up as a jit. And that's the thing, is that I had a lot of like positive well, yeah, at the end of the day, positive. They might have been a little fucked in the
You're
head,
looking at the positive.
but like also gangsta women, you know, that I looked up to growing up. You
That's
know what
important.
I mean?
Powerful
Like strong women
Independent
figures,
women, yeah.
women figures. You know, like my mother, like my aunt. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up with that, like being around. Like I know what a boss bitch is, type shit. You know what I mean? And what a gangster bitch is. You know what I'm saying? Like like my aunt, but. She took care of the hood, you know what I'm saying? She was the one giving out the fucking, you know,
Turkeys
for
on
the turkey on
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, you know,
Yeah.
throwing parties for everybody if somebody didn't have for the, you know, she took care of everybody, you know what I'm saying? And the way that
She never wanted in return.
never. And when they put her away, she basically lost it all, you know, and then, you know, it was a very sad story, but at the end of the day, we're still here. She's still alive, which is all that matters. You know what I'm saying? She has all her kids. They're all out. You know what I mean?
She's coming home soon.
She'll be home soon. You know what I mean?
So wait, but remind me, how does this tie to Jadakiss in a shoe store, you said?
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Bro, so listen, so me and my cousin Mook, man, my aunt fly us out to New York for the summer, right? For like a month
Boss
and a
shit.
half. Boss shit. We get there, but we staying in Peas, man. You feel me? At the end of the day, we
Yeah,
stay in the
but
project.
still, the fact that you're
boss
flying
shit.
out your cousin from New York, your nephew from New York.
Boss
that's
shit, boss shit. So we go to New York, you feel me? And then the Bushwick projects are located in Brooklyn, somewhere that is by a neighborhood called Williamsburg, which is right on the bridge that goes to the city of New York. So basically, where my family is from in Brooklyn is like right before you take the bridge to go to the city. So at the very end of Brooklyn, which is now called Williamsburg. It was used to be called Bushwick. You know what I mean? So they're from that area.
It's been gentrified.
You know, and then so, you know, my aunt taking us out to eat, taking us out to watch. We watched a couple Broadway shows.
Wow.
You know, we went. I think we went to go.
That is boss shit. I've never
I
seen
think we
Broadway.
went to a
That's crazy.
baseball
Yeah,
game
wow.
or some shit, like, because my cousin used to play baseball, so I think we went to a baseball game, like went to a hood baseball game, like that was going on in like the city or whatever. But she took us out shopping one day. She takes us to Soho, to the Supreme store. And, you know, I was a chunky kid. and Supreme only goes up to XL, and
What?
unfortunately,
Bitch ass.
the XL
That's some
fit,
hater
the XL
shit.
fit, but it was like, bro,
It was a little
Tuesday,
tight.
It was like, it was, you know what I mean? So there was nothing at the Supreme store that I could buy, nothing, So, my cousin going through this shit, and then all of a sudden we see Jadakiss, and I see Jadakiss, and I'm like, oh shit, so both of us see Jadakiss. But my cousin's in the motherfucking.
And you have the tight shirt on?
And no. I just had a regular shirt on.
Shirt. Okay.
So I go to Jadakiss and I'm like, Jadakiss, man, big fan. I'm 14 years old. I'm like, Jadakiss, big fan. Can I get a picture with you? And he's like, yeah, sure.
Great
So I'm
Jadakiss
like-
impression.
So I'm like, all right, bet. So at the time was when the iPhone 4 had just came out, right, with the selfie camera.
Oh shit.
Okay,
This is new
So,
technology.
New technology at the time, and I just came out iPhone 4.
Yeah.
So I go to take the selfie, and then I go to take the selfie with Jadakiss, right? And this guy immediately flips out, bro. Like flips out.
Jada Kiss?
Flips out. Hey man, hold on, man. Hey man, no selfies, man. No selfies, man. What type of feminine shit is that, man? We ain't doing no selfies. We ain't taking no selfies, man. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is going on, bro?
That's what they made it for.
I'm like, bro, I just like this phone is so fucking cool. You're telling me like we just found out we could take pictures of ourselves, and you're mad as fuck. Yo, he was mad, angry, and mind you, I look older than I am.
way.
I look older than I am.
Oh, right,
Now,
facts. You don't look
I
like a
look older.
14-year-old.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he thought I was
short-
fucking 18. He
or
thought I was
short
18
18.
years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So I'm lost. I'm literally there lost. You feel me? He was so loud that the whole store heard it because the Supreme store is this big. So like it's a fucking box.
The store's like, is everything
You know what I
good
mean?
between you two, sirs?
No. And then
I'm 14.
Bro, no, my cousin comes out and he's like, what the fuck is going on? And then
You got beef for Jada?
my aunt was sitting in the car. The car was parked right outside.
Was this around the time that he was beefing with 50? That he was going through that? Did he
I
drop
have no
those?
idea, bro. Like, but the car was parked outside, and then you know what I'm saying. Like the driver's in the car, and then she was sitting in the back on the phone, and she had the window cracked. She heard it. She runs inside, right? My aunt
Oh my god.
with the security, you feel me, and the driver, and then she starts snapping on Jadakiss.
No way.
Snapping.
Oh, he for sure remembers this. He's gonna see
Yeah.
this.
No,
and we're gonna link
But-
it.
She's
but-
like, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no beef, ain't no problems. I was
No,
a
shout
kid,
out
man,
Jada.
so
Yeah,
shout out
he
Jada.
didn't
You know
know
what I'm saying?
better.
he was
Yeah.
very respectful
But
too.
no, so
It's new technology. Like I said,
no,
that,
so-
that,
so
that
my
might sound
aunt-
like a joke, but
you know
real
what I'm
shit.
saying?
Nobody
My
knows.
aunt,
at the
my,
end
aunt,
of
my
it.
aunt started snapping, and then it turns out that like he knew who my aunt was. So you know what I'm saying?
wow.
So he was like, yeah, Miss Naomi, I'm sorry, whatever. Blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, does he want the picture? You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah. And then my aunt's like, no, he doesn't want the picture no more. And I didn't. I didn't give a
I'm
fuck.
gonna play 50
Bro,
on the way
honestly-
home.
Honestly, bro, like I was a Jadakiss fan, but I was more of a fan of Styles P. Like when it, you know what I mean?
Nah, don't do him like that.
That's just the truth,
Don't
bro.
do him like that.
Like I was more of a Styles P fan.
You can't say that, man.
And then I didn't know that he was beefing. I didn't know that
Styles P
he
was
was beefing.
dope,
I didn't know
personally.
he was beefing with 50. But 50 Cent is one of my favorite rappers. That's one of the reasons. That was the first CD I ever bought was Get Rich or Die Trying. My aunt bought it for me. Not the same aunt, but my aunt bought it for me. When I was like, I don't know when, I was a kid. When that shit came out, it came
Damn,
out, what,
that album was
2003?
classic.
2003, so I was in 3rd grade. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, that's a classic rap album. Actually,
that was the first rap album.
I argue that
First album I bought, period.
I think fucking In the Club might arguably be the greatest hip hop song of all time because like white people that don't know hip hop or nothing like that, they all know Go
Yeah.
Shorty,
Yeah.
It's Your Birthday. You
Yeah,
feel me? They
yeah.
all sing that shit. You feel me? Everybody
Yeah, yeah.
knows the fucking the 808
Yep.
singing. That shit's crazy. So fucking damn. And do you guys have like a favorite serious Colombian restaurant out here that you eat at? Because to me, a Colombian restaurant's the street shit. So like, I can't really think of a real restaurant.
Honestly?
Like, I don't even know what the
Do you
real
have
food
one?
is.
Do you have one? in
There's
mind?
one on Bird Road that I've been seeing. I just haven't gone, but I've been
Yeah,
wanting
okay.
to check it out. But as
So-
far as like a Colombian restaurant, just the regular traditional like riconcitos, I guess.
Right,
Yeah,
the
they have some
Riconcitos-
riconcitos that are
Riconcito.
Colombian. They have Cuban ones too, but they also have Colombian ones.
Right, no, but that's what
They have like the bandeja
I
paisa
feel
and all
like-
that
I feel
stuff.
like-
type of food.
But
right,
the thing is that over here in Miami, like the Colombian food is like bandeja paisa. You feel me? And like they don't have that many places, which is amazing. I love bandeja paisa, but any rinconcito paisa or whatever, you should be good. But I used to like to go to this one in Doral with my parents back in the day called Mondongos.
I've never heard of that.
And they serve mondongo.
Sounds crazy.
They serve mondongo, which is a Colombian
like a soup?
It's a Colombian soup, mondongo.
Yeah,
You never heard of mondongo?
I don't like it.
I hate it. I don't like it.
What's mondongo?
I don't know
what
what
animal
they
is
put
that?
it.
It's something that I do not like,
It's
bro.
something weird that the tripa or algo así.
Oh my
They
gosh,
put
it's
tripa
bad.
in the soup.
stomach?
In the
Yeah.
soup.
Nah, shit stresses me out.
And then they have a bandeja paisa that's fucking amazing. But the only thing is that the steak that they use is like they grind it down to a powder, bro. It's not like steak. Like I want a fucking steak, maybe encebollado or algo
Where's
así.
that at? Where's that at?
But it's like, bro, down. It's like grinded down to fucking, and it's in Doral. You feel me? So that's the only thing that.
87 to 36
Yeah,
fire.
and it's fire. It's packed on the weekend. It's packed
Now,
every
even the
day.
steak that you're talking about that's grinded down
Yeah.
is fire. That's just fire.
It does taste good as fuck. Yeah, it does taste good as fuck. I'm not gonna lie.
It's just
But
grind it down, so it's kind of.
they just grind it out.
You
But
want that texture,
But
you
I
wanna
like my bandeja paisa with a nice piece of steak. Nice piece of
Yeah.
steak that I could cut.
I don't
up.
really get the bandeja
Personally.
paisa ever. I don't like chicharrón.
I love
don't like
bandeja
none of that
paisa. I
shit.
love bandeja paisa. But
Yeah, I
my
like that.
favorite Colombian dish is called ajiaco, which is a soup,
Oh wow, yeah. I know
and
what
it's
that is.
it's from Bogota. It's a soup that's from Bogota. It's from the capital of Colombia. I was born in the capital of Colombia. That's why one of my aliases, Little Baby Bogota. You dig? But ajiaco is a soup that my mom will make, like for like Christmas. It's like a holiday thing or like a once a year thing. But when this bitch made I'm sorry, mama, I just called you bitch. But when she made this soup, bro, I swear to God,
It
bro.
was a term of endearment.
Oh
Full
my
circle
God,
moment.
bro. Like, dog, yeah.
So that's your favorite thing your mom makes?
No, well, my mom knows how to make those. They call them sopas levanta muerto. But that ajiaco is more like a dish. It's more like a dish. It's made with chicken, with corn, with potatoes. I forgot what else, blah blah.
Yo,
But she uses
bunch of
this
stuff.
white heavy cream that she puts on top, a little bit of it, and then with the corn or whatever, and then she serves it with white rice, and then aguacate, and a little ensaladita, algo así, and boom, that shit. Psh, that's my favorite motherfucking dish.
fire.
That's my favorite.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
I'm
hungry
hungry
right now.
too, man.
I
Damn,
don't
so
care.
both of your parents cook? 'Cause- So you know how your mom does that?
My mama cooks, my dad cooks, my brother cooks, everybody. in my
Has
family
your old
cooks.
boy gave you the game on how to make a good empanadas?
Yeah. But so in Colombia, in my where my dad is from, it's a city called Cucuta, and it's on the border between Venezuela and Colombia. And
Cucuta sounds like Bogota. That's
and
crazy.
in Cucuta, my grandfather, right, which on my dad's side, my grandfather is Arabic, from Bethlehem, which where Jesus was born.
Religious shit. That's crazy.
But however, him and his family ran out of there, and they migrated to Colombia when he was a child, because at the time, I don't know the exact year, they was killing Christians in Israel. So you was either Muslim or you was Jewish. If not, you know what I'm saying? And they were Christian. So they migrated to Colombia, and then a lot of people migrated to places like Brazil, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, fucking even Argentina, and a lot of Arabs. And then, I think in the year 60s. No. This is my grandpa. When my grandpa was a kid, so like the 1940s, 30s, 1930s or something like that. Yeah. And
Israel was established in 45.
in 45, so then this was just probably like 50 something, so probably like year 6. Because my dad was born in 67, so yeah. But so he went to Colombia and he grew up in Colombia, and then so that's why I like, from both sides. From my mom's side, my grandpa's from Jamaica, black, and then from my dad's side, my grandpa's Arab. You feel me?
Is it like an Arab trick to making the empanadas though?
So when they moved to Colombia, when my grandpa was growing up, he made a bakery when he met my grandpa.
Wow.
And they named it Sus Quibes, right? Which is kibe. Kibe. Do you know what a kibe is?
No.
Key
Kibe,
Biscayne. Type shit.
a kibe. It's
Key Biscayne.
a pastry. It's an Arab pastry. You feel me? That I'm not even sure what the fuck they make it of, but it's like this. It's like it's not an empanada.
We'll drop a pic from.
It's not an empanada, right? Yeah, I'll draw a pic and shit. But on the inside, like it got like pieces of steak that are like kind of like grinded up and shit, and it's like super good. It's mad good. Like it's shit fire. But yeah, they call it Susquibas, and it's a bakery. They made it in 1985, and my dad was the one that made the logo for the shit. Which is what it's
Your old
funny.
boy was a graphic designer
Yeah,
too.
he was
My
a-
dog.
he's
Wow.
Yo, my old boy's a hustler. My old boy was a hustler. He's done it all.
We gotta do an
You know
old
what
boy
I'm saying?
It
podcast.
wasn't no graphic design though. He drew it.
Oh,
Yeah,
drew
he
it,
drew
drew
it.
it.
He drew it, and then he went to the guy, and then Susquibas is still there till this day. You could go to Susquibas in Cucuta, Colombia.
Wow.
Yeah, to the bakery, and you can have some food, and then
That
you can
is
tell them Boobie Lootaveli
crazy.
sent you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna hook you up with something. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
what-
Is it still family owned?
It's still family owned. It's
Oh,
still
my G,
family
we
owned.
out. We going
and
there.
it's operated.
What?
It's operated by my aunts.
It's in Cucuta.
Fuck around
It's operated
episode.
by my aunts.
Fuck around. The next episode is gonna be out there. That's crazy.
It's operated, owned and operated by my family, still by my aunts and them. You know, and it's not a huge business. You know, it's not like they're but it's like a little staple in Cucuta, and it's something that like I really, it's something about me that I like, and about my family, my dad's family, that I really love, because they're very humble people. You know, and my father's a very humble man, and he's also the best dad ever. Like, I had the best father ever and the best mother ever growing up, to be honest. I was blessed with amazing parents. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't have aunts, uncles, grandpa, you know, because we grew up in this country. Like, when we came to Miami, we were here alone. Like, my you know, my mom's family is a little, you know, but, yeah, I grew up alone. Yeah,
Family's all we got. For a lot of
Family's
us.
all we got.
100%.
And then, you know, for me, it was my mom, my dad, my little brother, who was born here. You know, 2 days after 9/11, actually. It's crazy.
2 days after
2 days
9/11.
after
That's
9/11,
wild.
yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, yeah.
And it's so you've met countless legends in the industry, countless celebrities you've bumped shoulders with, dated Madonna too.
Allegedly.
Allegedly dated Madonna.
Allegedly.
But tell me about the time. Shout out Bus with the alley-oop with this question. Tell me about the time you met Tyson Beckford.
Oh shit. Okay, so we were at this Jamaican restaurant, Mama something. It's in do you know that restaurant? It's in downtown though. But I was with Giancarlo, with my boy Giancarlo.
Mama Dukes or something. I know what you're talking about.
We'll drop it here for them.
Yeah, we're gonna drop it there.
Right there.
But I was there with my dog Giancarlo Lofredo, who is a director here in Miami.
Shout out the legend Bus, my dog.
Legend,
OG.
my dog Bus. You know what I'm saying? He's actually a really close friend of mine, and we were working on a couple of things, and this was actually a couple years ago. But we were there eating. It was me, him, my dog El Ray, and then his girlfriend, and then Tyson Beckford walks in. Tyson Beckford orders his food or whatever, and then Giancarlo is like, "Oh shit, fool, that's Tyson Beckford." And I'm like, "Who the fuck is Tyson Beckford?" I'm like, "What the fuck?" And then he's like, "Oh, Tyson Beckford, bro." He's like, "Zoolander."
He's a porn star, right?
No.
He's an actor.
He's like a model actor. type
Okay,
shit.
word. Got
But
it.
he's
He's
like,
Jamaican,
he's
I
like,
think.
bro, Zoolander, and I'm like, Zoolander, okay, which one? And I'm like, oh shit, the fucking actor dude that's like all like handsome and shit, like, you know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes,
like,
got
he's
it,
like
got
a
it,
model
yeah.
and shit, you know. And
He was at a tour show.
he was at a tour show?
He was at a tour. I
Yeah?
think he's Jamaican.
Oh
I'm
really?
mistaken.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's tight. Now, but he ordered his food, right? And then my boy Giancarlo comes up to him because we had already finished eating, and then he was getting his food to go. And then my boy Giancarlo's like, "Oh, hey man, Tyson, I'll fuck with you, man, whatever." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Oh yeah, hell yeah." And then like we all said what's up to him, and then he looked at me, and then I was just there chilling, but I'm wearing my Gucci shades and shit, And your boy got I don't know, I got something like, I guess I got an aura to me. or
Aura.
something.
I was about to say it's the
I don't
aura.
know. But
It's the Lootaveli
he's
aura.
like, well, what do you do, homie? Like, I feel like I've seen you before, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I'm a rapper. And he was like, oh shit, that's what's up, homie, blah, blah, blah. So we went outside, and I did like a little clip, like a little funny video, and we took a picture, and then he be smoking gas and shit. So I was like, hey man, fuck with me, man. We be smoking some gas, you know what I mean? Like I said, I got some girls too, man. Like we could chill, you know what I mean? Like he's like, oh yeah, get my number, you know what I'm saying? So like, you know, we locked in and shit. But then I remember I had to hit him up like sometime after that, and then I was like, hey bro, like I want you to be in a music video with me, you know, and I said, of course, I know your time is money, and I'll pay you, like I'll shoot you some bread, but I want to do a music video, you know, where we do some funny shit, you know what I mean, like, but I want you to be in it. And I think he replied something like, oh, like I gotta see what's up, but my fee starts at $10,000 per video. Like he kind of like, you know,
okay, Tyson.
Yeah, exactly, you know, and I'm like, I guess, you know, like he was very friendly in person and shit, you know, but like a couple months later when I was like, I still replied respectfully. I'm like, oh no, it's all good, OG. I'm not paying that respectfully. But I said, yeah, man, you just wanted to extend that invitation, you know.
After he sees this episode, he'll do it for
hey man, shout out Tyson Beckford, man. Hey, my dog supposedly he was living in Miami and shit, I think so.
He just being about his business, you feel me?
Yeah, but he just be about his business. I can't knock on that.
So speaking of music videos, what would the Pesos music video with Puyo look like in your mind? If you could do a treatment for it.
Well, honestly, I feel like, man, I wish you would have done it at the time. But if we do a Pesos music video now, to be honest, I feel like I would want to do something like on a yacht, you know, or something like a barbecue or something.
City shit. Barbecue on a yacht.
I would like to do like something like that where I could like make the video shoot, like bring all the friends, all the homies together, like all the homies that I haven't seen or hung
like a
out
full
with,
circle moment,
and then have like a cookout, you know, and get some food catered or something, and just have a time where we just fuck, we're all here. You know what I mean?
Not fuck, but like
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Have
like
fun,
damn,
just
like really thinking in your head. Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like y'all niggas be thinking crazy, bro.
Bro,
I'm thinking,
say some crazy shit.
No, I'm thinking like, bro, you never been in the motherfucking drive-through and the bitch gives you your food and then she doesn't give you your sauce and you're like, fuck. You're telling me in your head you're thinking, oh wait, no Diddy though, bro, no Diddy.
Well, in all fairness, I was the one that made the joke.
Go get me my sauce.
Yeah, no, but I feel you. Sometimes there's some positive emotions.
Yeah, like you know, and bring my people together and just shoot it.
Fuck,
And just let's fucking fuck, it's raw.
Yeah, it's raw.
Like you know, what I'm saying? Fuck, it's raw, dog. Like now, you know what I mean. Now we getting a little into it.
Yeah, but it's just the way you said it. Like, you know, like we all get on a boat and, you know, fuck. Like, it just.
No, I never said that. I never said that.
You literally
just
said it like that.
No, I said.
We gonna bring it back.
I said, I want to hear it. I want to hear it. I said, I want to hear it.
Bring it back. You gonna see what it sounds like.
You'll
be like, yo.
I said, I want to hear it because I said it's a moment where you think to yourself and you're like, fuck. You feel me?
Facts,
That's what I said.
Facts,
it's a moment where you think to yourself and you're like, fuck. I didn't say, yo, we get people on a boat and just fuck. You know, the fuck, niggas? You niggas y'all boys need to chill, man. Let's move on. Next question.
That's how you said it.
Actually, kill it.
All right, and we do the shoot your shot segment every episode with my guests, especially ones in the industry. But I've been telling everybody, you don't gotta shoot your shot at somebody you want to work musically. You can shoot your shot at somebody you want to, holla at on the romantic tip. So whatever y'all want to extend your shot to, if y'all want somebody you want to work with on the production tip, musically with the bars, anything like that.
You want to shoot your shot? This is a shoot your shot segment.
The shoot your shot segment.
Shoot your shot segment.
Who would you want to shoot your shot at?
KLG. I need KLG.
Oh, facts. That's built in. Full circle moments earlier.
Look at that, KLG.
Gotta say that. What about you, Boobie? Anybody you want to shoot your shot at?
I mean,
man, I want to give a shout out to man. All right, I want to give a shout out to Alexa Demi. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for maybe some of the things that we might have said to each other that one night that we were texting, and I just like to reshoot my shot, Alexa. I don't know if y'all doing that Euphoria season 3 or 2, whatever. Where did they leave it off at?
I think it was 2.
They haven't. I don't think they've done 3 yet. Yeah,
I would love to take you out next time you're in Miami or next time I'm in LA or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna text you because I respect. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to let you know I'm sorry, and let me know.
Hey, and
my
that's
dog.
how you use the shoot your shot
That's my
segment.
dog. That was very smooth. Lootaveli's a woman. You know what I'm saying? He's a lady magnet, bro. Don't get it twisted. You feel me? My dog got
Lutanova.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. We be going out, everything I love. There be a lot of girls like his personality like really be attracting them. But like, what's the look you be giving to like the girls that whenever you trying to get like a girl's attention?
Okay, so
And like it works every time. It never fails, bro.
hold up.
Like when you trying to get a girl's attention, like
So usually what I do, right? Like when like if I'm trying to get her attention, right, and I'm like walking or whatever, like I just hit her with a quick little. Wait, which camera is it? Like, cause I don't. I can do that.
You can do this one. This one's straight.
All right, this one you cause you're mad
Like-
money. You're like you could do this one. I'm like, which one, nigga? Okay. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, I'm walking past, you know, whatever, and I just hit her with a little like, you know.
but it works though.
But it be working. But
Zoolander shit.
if
Yeah,
a
it
girl,
working.
oh no,
Nice.
exactly. I learned that from Zoolander. You feel me? You
The
you
blue
hit her,
steel.
you hit her with a, you know what I mean?
That's that boob
This
steel.
is no. This is the gold steel. You know what I mean? This is the
Type
gold steel,
shit.
but not steel like steel. It's like I'm stealing your heart. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
But anyway, if a girl's talking to me and I'm like, I wanna, you know, let off that, you know what I'm saying? So if she talking to me about something, I'll be like, girl, girl, you crazy, girl. Girl, stop. Girl, stop.
man,
Girl,
because-
stop.
And that's how you become a sex icon, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a sex symbol, right? Aren't you?
Hey man, I was not the one who proclaimed that on myself. You know what I mean? Hey, pause, B.
Pause, B.
Calling
pause.
another man a sex symbol. Pause, B.
All right, and then
Yo, it's crazy, bro. Now,
I'm really just trying to
I ain't
make up
gonna lie.
for dissing
people,
you. feel
No,
me?
no, but people are starting to take it a little
just trying to
crazy.
make up for
Now
dissing
in
you.
2025, anything anybody says, will be like, people will be like, no Diddy, dog, no Diddy, no. I feel like people just want to say no Diddy because I know,
it's definitely a fun
I know
thing to
I
say,
be
yeah.
I know I be wanting to say that just
Facts,
just
big
be like, yo,
facts.
no Diddy, bro, no Diddy, bro, because I guess it's like a funny thing now.
So let's say Alexa hits you back. Let's say Karol G hits you up. Y'all get married, happily after, whatever the fuck the situation
God
is.
damn.
Fast forward. At the end of the, do y'all see yourselves getting married?
We do. We went to.
Me?
Wait, are you talking about you and Karol G? Who's
Yeah,
Are
with
me
you
and
talking?
Karol
Are
G
you
would
talking?
definitely get
I'm
married.
confused. Because are you talking to us? Or
Both
like,
of
what are
y'all, both
talking
of y'all.
about?
So let's. I'm just saying, in an ideal world, let's say you
Oh.
meet the right person. I'm just referencing the shoot your shot because y'all just shot your
No,
shot.
if I meet the right person, of course I'm getting married.
Facts, okay.
Hey, hey, the lucky girl, man, to get this man.
So let's
off the
put
street,
ourselves
man.
there. Let's fast forward right now. Let's hop in the DeLorean and hop to our wedding day. Let's hop to Boobie's wedding day, and then let's also hop to Con's wedding day. And we play this game every episode. It's called the Big Three Draft.
Right.
We want to draft wedding songs today. I want to draft wedding songs. We're gonna draft each 3 records that we think they should play at our wedding when it's that day. You feel me? So we'll start with Con, and then we'll go down the way, one by one. And whatever song each of us says, the other 2 can't say. You feel me?
I'm gonna go with Grandma's Boy.
Whoa, fire!
You feel me? You know what I mean?
You put
one.
Grandma's
We
Boy
have
in
we
there.
have the band. We have the band. And make sure you sing it key for key.
That's
You put some
one. All right.
Grandma's
So
Boy in there.
what's your number 1 pick?
Okay, hold up. Okay, my number 1 pick is gonna be Grind Mode. I'm so high. However,
Classic.
however,
you gotta save it for
however-
2. You only get 1 pick at a time. That's why it's on some fucking draft shit.
That's what I'm picking.
That's a
what
great
I'm
number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Though. Damn, that's
Grind Mode,
a
I'm so
great
high.
number 1 pick.
Yeah,
At my
that's a
wedding.
good one.
And I'm
That's
so
some
high.
Miami shit right
And
there,
I'm so high.
Yeah,
Yeah, that song's classic, man.
Yeah, that
It's
is a
just
classic.
Brothers.
Nah, you
He
know
took
what?
over the
Dog?
scene
Fuck,
with
I'm
that
gonna take.
one. He
I'm
took
gonna
over
take.
the scene.
I'm gonna take "Sweet Dreams" Are Made of This by the what is it? The Euphorics.
Rhythmics.
The Rhythmics. That's a classic song I grew up to. That's just a banger because
That
I've
is a
realized with this
banger.
draft, there's a couple ways you could go out. You could go out with the romantic way. You could go out it with the fun way. You could go out it with the man.
Hey, but
that grind mode pick is
but
great.
you know who has to sing at my wedding? Like who's gonna sing that at my wedding? Have you guys seen The Wedding Singer, the movie The Wedding Singer?
Adam
with
Sandler, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and like, have you ever seen The Hangover? Like, like
Yes.
when the guy is singing at the wedding, it's like a white guy and he's singing I'll take you to the candy shop.
Oh
He says
yes,
candy
like
shop.
the acoustic.
Oh,
version.
So
yeah,
that guy has been in all those movies, and then there's a bunch of movies where like he's the wedding singer.
Oh, so it's like a reference.
But
That's
he
what I'm
always
going
sings a song that's like not his song. That's just like completely out of there. You feel me?
Facts. So he's always
in
like
the
an
wedding
acoustic
singer,
version of a
would-
song.
Yeah, an
Yeah.
acoustic version of another song. You feel me? So that's gonna be my wedding singer. That's gonna be the guy that I'm gonna hire to sing the music at my wedding, and he's gonna sing "Grind Mode." I'm so high.
That's fire.
What about 2?
What's your number 2 pick on?
I'm gonna go with my boy Taurus on this one. He has a song called "Stay With You."
Taurus, the
Taurus
reggae
Riley,
artist, right?
yeah,
Taurus Riley.
Stay with you.
Yeah, so I'll probably use a song from Taurus Riley called "Stay With You."
That's fire.
He's a legend, man. In the way, and honestly, he's a great singer too. So he
and
don't
reggae
need-
gets everybody up.
Yeah,
And reggae's always
it
on
does.
some dance. On
Yeah, it's
some,
always on some
definitely
fun
one-on-ones,
vibes. Yeah, yeah.
fun vibes.
So
What's
I'll
your
go
2
with
pick
Taurus
then?
for the second one.
What is Buddy from The Hangover singing in the?
Oh yeah, so he sings "Candy Shop."
Do you want him to sing Candy Shop,
No,
though?
no. Are you asking me? Like,
Because it's your draft. What's your
what
second
would be
pick?
my
Yeah,
second
What's
pick?
your second pick?
Okay, my second pick.
I'm just like a Buddy's gonna be singing
My
out of the
second
song.
pick would be shit. Fuck. Okay, so there's this Max B song.
Fire. Max B at the wedding's great. I love this.
This is Max B song that's called "Tattoos on Her Ass." You feel me? So I would probably want that song to be played. If you never heard it, go listen to the song Max B, "Tattoos on Her Ass."
Legendary. You know what? I think this is mad corny, but I feel like I don't think I can have my wedding without this record playing. I don't even know the artist, so I'm gonna have to drop it here. But what's that song? That's L is for the way.
Oh,
you
that's
look.
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, yeah, that's Frank Sinatra.
The original's Frank Sinatra.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think he did. I thought he redid a lot of songs.
I love that song.
that
I love
record's a
that
banger though. I feel like and that
song.
record.
That record
that's
right
classic.
there is
Tremendo
woo.
love record.
Classic.
Yeah, so I think you gotta have that bumping at the shit. So last pick, guys, for the draft. What's one record you'd want them to play at your wedding?
The last one.
One last record.
Your wedding with Karol G, you know you're going to have
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we put
Oh, well, yeah, some Spanish shit too.
yeah
that's
some
right.
Karol G. Put some Karol G in there.
Our abuelas are gonna be like, ¿Y qué? What the fuck?
Si yo te hubiera conocido. Si antes te hubiera conocido, yeah.
Damn, Karol G, are you listening to this one?
Yeah,
with us?
I
He's
know- I
picking
know
your
it.
own song
I'm
for
picking
your
her own
wedding.
song. I need her to sing it at our wedding.
That's great use
100%.
of the show. Great use of the show. I love this.
Oh man, I feel like I would maybe go Spanish with it too. Actually, let me think. I feel like
You're not wrong.
I would probably go Spanish with it too, maybe. Or fuck, I just had one. I just had one in my head. That was like, it has to be.
You gonna put some aventura in there? Some
Oh
bachata?
I was going to
man.
say, I don't fuck with salsa.
Bro.
I don't fuck with your
Or
abuelo,
merengue, yeah, I
your
fuck with
boliche.
merengue, I fuck with salsa and all that.
I would probably do. I would probably do this song by Juanes. It's called Tengo la camisa negra.
Oh, yeah.
You feel me? I need that shit.
House
I'm
party
pulling
reggaeton
out black. I'm pulling
banger.
out black with it. So
Yeah,
when I
yeah,
pull
yeah.
up, that's like the walking song. You feel me? Like I'm the Undertaker. You feel me? So
That's
like,
fire.
Tengo la
You're the
camisa
Hispanic Undertaker.
negra.
Full circle.
The Hispanic Undertaker.
Oh no, actually, if I could replace that one, you know what I'm saying? It's by one of my favorite female artists ever. Her name is Ivy Queen, la potra, la pa caballota. You know, and tú quieres bailar, yo quiero sudar, y se pegarte a mí, el cuerpo rosado. Yo te digo si tú me puedes provocar, eso no quiere decir que para la cama voy. Bro, that's playing at the wedding.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
play,
yeah.
if that don't play at my wedding, cuz I'm not getting married to this bitch. You
With
hear me?
divorce on the spot, man.
Oh God, bro, oh God. And Evie Queen finna sing that shit at the wedding. Like,
Oh,
eso no
my
quiere
gosh.
decir- Shit, I might shoot my shot at Evie Queen. Man.
Yeah, hell yeah. You can't go wrong.
I see you
with
and her. I think that'll work out.
Man.
And fuck
You know,
it.
That's
And
nice
just,
little
just to
cougar.
keep up with the energy, we'll hit him with the gasolina. You can't have a
Yeah,
turn up without gasolina. You feel me?
gasolina.
Everybody shaking ass to gasolina. That's where
Yeah,
abuela
yeah,
gets up and
yeah.
shakes ass.
Hell
Everybody
yeah.
gets up and shakes ass. Even my sister, if she's in a bad mood, she'll get up and shake ass. Everybody's shaking ass. All my sister's baddie friends. Everybody.
Oh God.
And then my guys, we end every episode with a message. I think this is history right here, the longest episode we've done so far for the show. But messages so far. What's one message you want to give out there to somebody just trying to figure out life, somebody watching this? Anything y'all want to say before we get up out of here?
Go ahead.
You want to go first? All right.
I'll do paper, scissors, rock for it.
Yeah, let's do paper, scissors, rock.
All right.
I think the most important thing, honestly, without like on this whole journey, is one, having a close relationship to God. I think that's very important, and being around people that love you, and just being around family, people that can tell you the truth. And I think that's the most important thing, just being around people that are solid.
Yeah. Solid.
Bro. And how about you?
Hey, man. Keep God in your life, fuck, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what, you know what I mean? That, number one. You know what I mean? And then aside from that, for anybody watching this, you know what I'm saying, that, or hearing this, or watching this, that feel like, you going through a time right now that you just can't seem to get past. You feel stuck in life. You feel like, what's the fucking point? You know what I mean? You feel useless. You feel like, I've been there. I've been there. I know how it feels. You know what I mean? To those that are struggling with addiction and the same thing, which is even worse, I know how that feels. And my message to those people, that are watching this, that feel that way, is to, number one, look to God. You know what I'm saying? Look to God for strength. Look to God for everything. Because
what was that saying that Kareem said? Don't confuse a physical battle with a spiritual battle.
Yep.
When you're going through addiction.
Never. You know what I'm saying? And the truth is that if you are feeling like that, just know that everything in life is temporary. Life itself is temporary. You know what I'm saying? One day you will die and you will cease to exist. And that's just a fact of life. But guess what? That's okay. And that time ain't happening any time soon. So as long as you keep waking up and having that chance that next day, you good, baby. We gonna have bad days. We gonna have good days. We gonna celebrate wins. We gonna celebrate losses. We gonna gain friends and we're gonna lose them. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, don't let what nobody says or the way anybody feels about you or the way that anybody moves towards you depict how you move and how you feel about yourself. The battle is with the man in the mirror. You feel what I'm saying? The battle is with the man in the mirror. At the end of the day, nobody else matters for what everybody else saying, because half of those people around you that you think are your friends, they really aren't. And they're only around because you either provide something or you make them feel superior to you in some way, like they could control you and, use you. So at the end of the day, fuck everybody. Keep God first. You know what I'm saying? And the battle is with the man in the mirror. The man in the mirror could be your worst enemy or he could be your best friend. Yeah. But he wants to tear you down first, realistically. So, hey, battles with the man in the mirror. Beat the man in the mirror. Love yourself. Look at yourself. Tell yourself, God damn, I look good today. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I do. You know what I mean? And I really do. It's just crazy. You know what I mean? But, hey, thank you, Lord, for that. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself, man.
Amen.
Tomorrow's another day.
Facts.
Keep living life on your terms, the way we're going to keep living life on our terms.
Big facts.
Live life on your terms, baby.
We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Sir.
Sliding in the studio, my album coming soon.